Good evening, everybody. I am Alexander, and I'm going to act as your illustrious DM tonight. In this fun little day, we are acting as a part of the for Games and Interactive Media as a sort of final project in order to test out streaming, in order to act as who we are. And thanks to the wonderful works of the communications department, we are bringing this to you live. I hope that you enjoy your stay here as we go around and introduce ourselves.
So, hi, hello, my name is Noah Bennett. I am playing Dweeb, a rogue swashbuckling Yuan Ti.
Alright, I am Jake. I am going to be playing Big Guy. He is a Loxodon druid. He is a Circle of the Moon druid, and he doesn't know why he's here. He wants to be a guard, I think.
Still the most base name.
Mm.
Hi, I'm Ember. I am playing Arson. She is a Fire Genasi clockwork sorcerer, and she fell through a portal onto a bit of a predicament.
And I'm Sophie, and I am playing a gnome bard named Bliss Crystalfist, who is a smuggler and who things have gone awry for, which I guess we'll see soon as we recap. Do we just dive right into the recap?
Yeah, let's dive right into
Okay,
it.
so we did a session before this one so we could kind of like lay the foundation. So imagine, paint a word picture. You
It's Bob
see
Ross photo right now.
a beautiful white sand beach. People are playing fantasy volleyball and other fantasy beach sports. And out in the distance, you can see what looks like a tugboat towing a very large creature. Looks like maybe some kind of blue whale. And on top of that tugboat, there's just a little gnome with short black hair and blunt bangs. She's waving her arms and yelling something. And no one's really paying much attention. And as you get closer, as they get closer, you can hear her saying, "It's gonna blow! It's gonna blow!" And you see that it is indeed the infamous smuggler, Bliss Crystalfist, the gnome, and she is towing a whale and yelling, "It's going to blow!" As she gets closer, it does indeed blow. You hear a huge explosion, and since it's a dead whale, and sometimes dead whales like fill up with gas and explode in real life and in this fantasy world.
A universal constant.
Yes. The whale explodes, and out of it you see what Bliss was smuggling, which is magic mirrors. So mirror dust goes everywhere. Magic mirror dust into the ocean and all over the beach. And weird magic stuff starts happening. The first thing we see is Arson, who, at that exact right moment, comes out of a portal from where did Fire Genasi live?
The fire plane.
That makes sense. From the fire plane. And starts talking about clockwork.
More screaming, like she just sort of falls down, accidentally inhales a large amount of magic mirror dust, and starts very promptly screaming about the order of the universe and the gears of the universe.
There you go. We see our elephant Loxodon friend, Big Guy, the best name, who is just taking like a deep breath of fresh sea air and inhales a bunch of magic mirror dust, and then sneezes possibly the biggest sneeze anyone has ever heard in their life, right into a boulder called the immovable boulder.
Can't even blame the guy. His nose was filled with magic shrapnel.
And he makes a perfectly circle hole in this gigantic boulder. The power of his sneeze. And then there is Dweeb, our Yuan Ti snake guy. Does he have like big beefy arms? We already talked about this.
Yeah,
I imagine him
very
with like
strong
big
arms.
Trogdor like
Yeah.
He's a big, strong guy.
Not as big as Big
Not
Boy,
as big
but
as Big
big
Guy,
enough.
And at
We
first
already
sight,
have one resident big guy.
it doesn't really seem like anything obviously magical has happened until he suddenly starts to hear some voices, and realizes slowly that his daggers are now talking to him. And then the next thing that will happen is Bliss jumps off the tugboat, doesn't want to be caught for whatever's happened here, and starts to run. But she does not get far because a blast of magic hits in front of her,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And makes her trip. And then we see two, I guess what we call them, her
The people
friends
that
in
she-
crime, proxies,
yeah.
Old
the
coworkers.
go-betweens.
Ingenues.
Yeah, her
There you go.
coworkers. A tall, beautiful woman with a spear, Britney Spears, and another tall, beautiful woman with a scythe named Wanda Sykes.
Naturally, of course.
Totally original here.
And I guess what do they say? I don't remember how the conversation went, or if we
they-
just started blasting.
They were concerned about what had all happened. They panicked, and seeing that there were all these people as witnesses to what their crimes were going to be, they decided that no one could leave alive. So then combat started. So it admittedly did not last very long until Brittany, in her... Do I call it triumph? I don't call it triumph. In her lacking triumph, she runs up and is stabbed in the back by Dweeb, dies, and turns into a mirror herself. When that inevitably happens, the rest of the people around, including Wanda Sides, are then sucked into a large forming mirror because of the magic power that is emanating from all these different mirror shards. And that is where we left off the session.
And before
Oh.
that happened, before Wanda turned
Mhm.
to glass or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
didn't she tell us about like some kind of demon?
Yes. Wanda did talk about a demon, Xerox, whose world is very much known as the Mirror Demon to the people of this world. Unfortunately, Brittany was not able to say much about it because she was not bright.
She's also dead.
Also true, but
I may have listened to the voices.
sometimes you just
They're
have...
there though. I
Listen,
promise.
listen.
not
If
take-
the voices are telling you to.
They're there. I promise.
It took very little time for you to crack them. It's
Record-breaking time.
more of
So-
a suggestion.
Sometimes suggestions are very powerful. Haven't you heard of the spell? Anyways, we are falling down into this crevice. You feel like you've been falling for weeks now.
Ugh.
Time has felt like it hasn't made sense until suddenly, and without warning, you land very gently on your feet. You see around you are these old style of mansion. There's this aged, fatigued carpet underneath you. It looks like it would have been fancy at one point, but it just looks like no one's been around in time immemorial. There are numerous paintings and numerous mirrors lining the entirety of the hallway, almost as if the world's trying to see you. Or maybe not.
Spooky.
You all are trying to look around, see where you are. You see that you are currently within a thin hallway. You see Wanda just having these wide saucer eyes. You see her shaking, her scythe clattering as she's trying to breathe, but not enough air seems to be coming out or in. What? How are we here?
I don't know. You seem like the expert. You tell me.
There was a portal.
So no hard feelings, right?
No hard feelings. That's what you want to call it. No hard feelings. That's great. That's entirely great. I don't think that I can explain how screwed we are. We're in his dimension. We landed here, in his house, in the place where he rules. Okay, so you have to realize we have to. She gets cut off as a large mirror behind her. Could you two roll perception real quick?
Which dice do I roll?
That would be D20.
D20.
Yep. If I ask you for a check, it's always a 20.
Ooh. I got a solid 15.
And then, do you have a perception modifier?
Yeah. All that fun stuff.
I got an 11.
You unfortunately don't see what's going on.
I was paying way too much attention to the mirrors.
Yeah.
I was
They're very round.
There were so many. They were so cool, all of them. And then once he got done looking at one, he moved on to the next one to examine it.
Mhm.
Do I notice it? Because I have really high
go for
passive
it.
perception.
Yeah.
Does that mean anything?
I
don't know
I
what
don't
it
usually
means.
use passive perception, I'll be
Okay.
honest, but you can roll if you'd like.
Okay, I will. If you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind at all. I just kind of chose 2 people at random.
It's a 1.
Oh.
You know,
You blink.
That's where he is.
a very, very long.
Yes, it's a very, very long blink. You just, like, you might have a little bit of mirror dust in your eye and you're, like, trying to get it out or something.
It's like
This
one
is
of those-
not
no,
bode
you're
well
gonna
for
have
a
a magic
first
eye.
roll.
It's like one of those cartoon blinks you can hear.
Yes. Like, blink, blink. Alright, you said you
My
rolled...
initiative is 4. And I rolled a
that is not quite it.
15. Oh, which one is it?
So it
Perception
should be
modifier.
perception.
It should be under your
Yes,
skills
it should be under
section.
skills. Yep, yep.
It should just be +1, so
Yeah.
it's a 16.
Plus
16.
1, 16.
Yep.
Cool.
So you see in the back of the mirror there is a large, spindly, bony hand on Wanda's shoulder.
Cool.
And you see the fingers slowly grab onto her neck. Not enough to harm her, but enough to know that she knows it's there. But to other people, they may not see it. Okay, so listen to me. Before I go, you're going to have to try and get out. You're going to have to ascend and try and beat one of us. There are a few of us left. I don't know if it'll be me or someone else, but
A few of who?
us that work for Xerox.
I mean, we already took down one of you, so it can't be that hard, can it?
In his world, the house always wins. So, I wish... But before she says anything, you guys don't... You only see just, like, her getting dragged into a mirror. But you see the hands grab onto her. Not by the neck, but more like they wrap around her and then yank her back.
Yay, you got a
Shit.
nice hug.
Yeah. And,
Aw, she got a hug.
she is... You can't find her.
I moved to the center of the room immediately.
Yep,
So
there's
I'm
just a
not-
big old hallway,
Not
so
near any mirrors.
He looks at
that's
the
a little impossible. There's mirrors about every 10 feet.
I get as far away as I can.
Beak looks at the rest of the party and says, "We have to fight the house."
I'm pretty good at that. I got a lot of fire.
Can I punch one of the mirrors?
Go ahead and roll a basic attack.
You're gonna punch a mirror?
7 plus strength.
Yeah.
I got an 8.
You punch it, but you seem to only rattle it.
Can one of
I was
us
strong.
detect magic? Is that I don't have that. Does somebody else?
That would
I
probably
mean,
be
this room's
between...
probably hella magic, but
I do not.
I do not.
can we
That's
look
fair.
into some of the mirrors carefully? Like,
Sure.
I just want to start walking around
Yeah.
and sort
Wait,
of like
hang on.
looking
I
at
might
them.
be
Sure.
able to do something.
Yeah,
It'll
totally.
Take a second little spell slot. Let me see.
Well, don't waste it yet.
It lasts
We still
for.
have
It
to
does
fight
last
Xerox.
for. It does last for.
You don't know what'll
10 minutes,
happen.
But, actually, no. It is only a first level spell. Okay.
Great, what
I
you
could
thinking?
cast protection from evil and good. So you said you're gonna be the one like walking up the check.
Yeah, I just want to like look into each mirror
Okay.
cautiously.
When you start walking up, Arson just sort of like slaps you on the back and casts protection from evil and good. So until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. It grants several benefits. Anything of those types has
Alright.
disadvantage on attacking you, and you cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Cool. Then
Ooh.
I'm not even gonna do it as cautiously as I would have.
All right.
I'm really peering into those
Yeah.
mirrors.
Go ahead and roll for perception real quick.
14 plus perception. So 16.
All right. So you see that on occasion you'll see a wailing face, but it doesn't seem like they're able to actively move out to anyone.
Gross. Okay.
And if you listen closely enough, you'll just hear a little everything sucks.
Oh, not
That's
everything
kinda silly.
sucks.
She's gonna say everything sucks in here. We gotta find a way out.
All right. So you can see that there are 4 doors within this hallway. Mirrors all alight.
On either side.
2 rooms, 4 total.
Let's go in one. That's all we can do.
I want to go in room number 2.
The one directly in front of Beeg will be the one Beeg just stomps
All right.
towards.
So,
I'm gonna stay close to him because he is very big and I'm very little.
So, you enter in a very large botanical garden.
Ooh.
You see that there's dirt along your feet. Some of you can even hear very faint snoring.
This is a house.
You see that
You
there's
probably have a lot
lush
of
flora just growing out.
Is
Who's
it-
the last to enter?
Probably me.
You see, Dweeb, that there's a small flower that just lands perfectly on top of your head as like a little welcome gift.
Yay.
Is it night or day?
It is.
Oh my god, I'm so pretty.
You can't tell because it doesn't seem to be like there's any natural light.
Mhm.
What you can see is just these lush greens and the light from luminescent mushrooms.
Does anything happen to Dweeb?
Nope, just a little flower on his head.
Cute.
So,
I'm super pretty now.
You have a bug.
if you guys would be willing to roll investigation, that would be perfectly great.
All of
All of
us?
us?
Yes.
Is that the right one? This is the
Yeah,
one.
there you go.
17.
All right.
That's
Another
a 10 from me.
All right.
I
You're
think-
too distracted by the flower on your head to focus on anything.
I'm staring at a
Feels
mirror
so
right
pretty.
now.
I
I'm
feel so pretty. The two of you notice a sign that is posted about 20 feet into the room where it says, "Shh, people are sleeping." But you move closer to the sign, but as you do, you hear this loud shh sound like echoing in your head. But you also see that something in the plants is alive. Sleeping.
I'm gonna run around behind Big and say there's something in there.
Beeg will kind of like he'll like look at the like the area. Could I just like would that be perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just this gentle sleeping.
17.
All right. So you see that in this back area, there's a large amount of plants rising and lowering, rising and lowering. And you see that in all of it, there is a tropiary looking version of a goblin, of a very large goblin, just in the back, resting.
What was I hearing in my head?
You're hearing a shh
Oh, okay.
sound.
So sorry, what version of Goblin?
Like it's entirely made out of plants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you know those tropiary gardens where they snip things into like shapes or animals or whatever.
A la The
Yeah.
Shining.
Yes, all of The Shining.
Okay.
That, but a goblin.
Okay.
Cool.
Just taking a snooze.
He will turn around and he'll just say, "Plant Goblin," like point.
Do we see an exit from this room?
Besides the one that you came in, no.
Oh, okay.
Yo, I'm pretty good against plants.
Yeah,
I'll light on
I
fire.
was gonna say let's get Arson on the scene here.
Arson cracks her knuckles and walks up. She's gonna walk to be 5 feet in front of the goblin. How big is it in comparison to her?
Like you're about the size of its foot.
Okay. I can already use one first level spell slot. What if I just use another though? That'd be kind of fun. I'm just going to cast Produce Flame. Hang on, what's the range
Oh.
on that? Produce Flame. Okay, the range is where I am. But I can
Oh.
throw it at the 30 feet. So I'm going to throw it
Mhm.
to the farthest part of it that I can reach.
Mhm.
Preferably on the opposite side of it from me, if I can see that.
I don't think you can. It's very much backed against like this very large round wall.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw it I'm gonna walk to one side of it, and I'm going to throw a little fireball at the other side of it, and I'm going to back away because that is a very large goblin, and I want to just slowly
Alright.
burn it up so I don't have to deal with it.
Roll an attack.
Okay,
Really didn't take us long to choose violence.
Yeah, it really didn't.
that
It's
is
goblin
a
shaped. It's probably bad.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Roll for damage.
All right, that is Wow, one. All right, one fire damage.
Oh, all
it's made of
right.
plants,
so- It is made of
So you see that it is very annoyed. You hear this rumbling. The entire earth is shaking underneath you. That the door slams itself shut with a large whack. And as you do, you see that this goblin lying on its side now sits up perfectly straight, groggy, but also just kind of lightly on fire. That just kind of
Lightly on fire.
yeah, just lightly on fire. Who needs
Wow,
to be
it's
lightly
using
on fire?
plants to put out fire.
You hear a very angry, roaring, deep, bellowing sound. And with that, we're gonna roll initiative.
Yippee! That is a
No, that's a big guy.
13 from me.
Awesome.
12 for me.
18.
Oh wow.
Dirty 20.
Oh wow. You guys are doing
Big guy
excellent.
moves big fast.
Big guy was right. He saw the plant goblin. He was preparing.
You really saw the plant goblin. All right, and with that, it looks like Big Guy has the first hit.
Alrighty. So there nothing else in the room seems to be moving, correct?
Roll perception.
Oof.
9.
You can't be certain.
Okay. So and then this is just like so it's so pretty darn big goblin.
Yes.
Like
You see that it is lightly scraping against the roof of the area that you're in.
okay.
That's a lot bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
It's a big guy.
Not as big as big guy, obviously.
Pretty a lot.
He may be bigger in stature, but he's not bigger in heart.
True. Well, excuse it for being lit on fire when it was resting.
What else do you want me to do? I'm named Arson.
I mean, fair, but still.
I think in response to that, for starters, he'll cast Bark Skin on himself.
All right.
I think that's an
Joining him in the
action.
tree club.
Yeah.
He's gonna make like a tree and leaf.
Maybe he won't kill me if I'm like him.
So true.
So that's one action. Okay, and I'll do. Okay. Do you know if that'll stay remain if I wild shape afterwards?
I don't believe so.
I
but
believe concentration spells
Yeah.
remain active so long as you remain concentrated on them.
Yeah, that's true.
And you
I'd
can-
rule that you'd have to roll concentration just to be like double sure about that because I would feel like shifting into an animal does take a bit of mental feat.
Okay, that's that makes sense. In that case, I might I'll cast Bark Skin on Bliss. Just
Alright.
Nice.
since they're the one
Yeah.
near me and they were the one who warned me about what was in there in the first
Yeah.
place. It was like okay, we'll do this
All
one.
right. And if you could just read off
Okay,
the effect
so-
for Sylphie over here, please.
Yep. So Bark Skin, you touch a willing creature. Until that spell ends, the target's skin has a rough, bark-like appearance, and the target's AC can't be less than 16, regardless of what kind of armor it is wearing.
So yeah, if you don't have an armor class of 16, you do now.
Cool. For how long?
Until the spell effect ends, which is
Up
like
to an hour, as long as I'm
yeah, up to an hour.
concentrated.
Long,
So I might get hit. So if I get hit, I have to roll to try to keep it. But
Yep.
you should be or that should be like a protective spell for a good period of time.
Awesome.
So then, in
Thanks,
that,
big guy.
All right, is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think I'll hold off on. No, I'll cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff. I think
Yep.
that's a bonus action.
It should be yeah.
Is it concentration though?
No,
No.
It's not? Okay.
yeah, it's not. It's just druid version of smack thing with extra stuff. It's
Mhm.
druid smite but lesser. All right, then with that we go over to Dweeb. What do you want to do?
Oh boy, I wish I knew.
We should not have woken this guy up.
What are the knives?
See,
What are the knives?
the knives aren't even talking to me right now. Stabatha and Sabrona, they went quiet. I'm not getting anything from them right now.
Roll for perception.
They're just whispering.
Mm.
12.
You lightly hear Stabron go, I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm kind of scared.
Okay, can I speak to this plant goblin?
Go for it. What do you want to say?
I would like to ask about our current predicament. I would like to ask it a question.
Alright. What question specifically?
Ask if it knows how to get out of here.
Yeah. Do you know how to get out of here?
You hear it. You see it pause for a moment. Like, it looks like it's thinking. Then it just goes, go. But you don't see it do much of anything else, unfortunately.
Darn.
Alright, I'll call that a bonus action if you'd like to do anything else.
Okay. I can't really do. I don't feel comfortable attacking it, so I'm not going to. So I'm just gonna end my turn there.
Fair enough. Alright, that moves over to Arson. What would you like
On
to
the
do?
one hand, nobody else is attacking it. On the other hand, it is a plant, and I am named Arson.
That's fair.
And you did wake it up.
Yeah.
High or low?
Low?
Okay, low means I don't attack it.
Oh.
That's a high.
Fair enough.
Okay. This is gonna go great.
It's so well.
I'm going to cast Firebolt and try to hit it in the face.
Sure.
That is a 11 to hit.
Alright,
Wait,
use
that's not an 11.
Oh.
God, what is that? 13.
13. Alright. So you attempt to cast this firebolt. You see it hurtling towards it, but you see that it just hits the same place that you hit that previous fireball, but it doesn't seem to actively hit the goblin.
Okay, in that case, I am now going to back away.
Alright, go ahead and back away as you wish. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope, that's my turn.
Alright, then that leaves us over to Bliss. What would you like to do?
I would like to find a way out of this room. And also, there's multiples. We heard lots of snoring, right? Or just one big snore.
You
Lots of
heard one big
whispers.
snore.
And then just one big sword.
Okay. I wanna. How far can I move?
That should be your movement speed.
25.
Mhm.
How big is this room?
It's about 60 feet long,
I want to get
by about 40 feet wide.
as far away from this guy and try and look and see if there's like a door or an opening or even like a mirror somewhere.
Alright, roll perception as you try and run away.
11.
You see that the one door that you entered through is now shut. You try opening it, rattling it, but it doesn't seem to want to budge.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Nothing else seems to catch your eye.
Can I hide?
Yeah, I'll call that previous bit a bonus action. Where would you like to hide?
And is there like a bush?
Probably.
Big bush?
There's a lot of big bushes.
Let's see. Where did I move?
Uh,
So like somewhere back there. I
Yeah,
don't know.
sure.
I want to go like off the path, but I want to still be able to see, but not.
you can
Draw
go ahead
attention
and
to
just
myself.
like jump up real quick.
'Kay.
Alright.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. For
That
now.
is all you're going to do. You see this goblin. He looks very agitated. He roars with indignance with a. I'm not going to go that loud. You see part of its legs just run underneath the ground, snaking and coursing through. Where are we going with this? I probably should decide 1, 2, 3, 4 like that first. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, so you see that there's this tendril of roots clawed into this like misshapen mouth, and it tries to bite you in the shoulder. Alright, and with that, does a 17 hit?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. So with that, if I can grab the correct dice. Alright. You feel it sink into your shoulder, and you take 9 poison damage.
Jeez.
Yikes.
And your movement speed is lowered to 10 feet.
Okay.
And As a bonus action, it will sprout another tendril mouth, and instead it will go ahead and bite Arson. Does a... How do I do math? 25 hit?
Yeah.
Alright. Might as well ask
Would be
unless there's
wild
something
if it
weird
didn't.
happening.
No, it doesn't
Yeah.
actually. I'm just built different.
Oh, dang. Alright, you take 6 poison damage and your movement speed is lowered to 10 feet.
Okay.
Right, that's the turn.
Plant Goblin hurt.
It is Bigoy's turn.
Do I also? I think I have to.
Oh yeah, you might have to roll for
a-
concentration for the bark skin.
Yeah, is that a wisdom save?
Constitution.
It's Constitution, yeah.
That's an 8 again.
So that means the skin that you had accumulated just shatters.
Oh, I felt so safe though. Thanks anyway.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you roll a 25,
You could have died.
I feel like a 16 AC isn't gonna help you against a creature that rolled 25s.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just got a little lucky.
Alright. So wait, that was my turn then?
No.
Oh wait, no, sorry.
Yep. It's at the start of your turn.
Oh, so it was my turn. Or, well, yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, you were just bit, and we just remembered the concentration bit a little later.
Okay, so, sorry, brain got scrambled for a
Oh,
second.
good.
I'm gonna wild shape just into a, like a brown bear.
Perfect.
Then
I hope you
kind of
have
in
the
retaliation.
stats all set up, because I did not bring those.
I can, yeah, I just,
You hear from the bushes near you. Oh hell yeah!
just, you all see the Loxodon slowly kind of grow fur and then become quadrupedal as he just, like, kind of, like, flomps forward onto his,
Flomps.
onto his big fuzzy paws.
I love that.
Flomps is a great bird.
Flomps is a
Flomp
very
is
good
great.
word.
He he hits the ground and he lets out a big hearty roar, and he will come in with a multi attack on the big goblin.
Right.
When can I give someone bardic inspiration and what does it do?
You can do it at whatever point, and then you roll your bardic inspiration die. It should be listed on your character.
It's a
I want to say it's a
D6.
d6, and then you roll that to add to the roll that they are going to do.
So it's any roll?
Yeah, pretty
Or
much.
detract because of your
Or Subclass, yep.
You can take away
Yeah.
the same roll.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay, no, I wanna give Beak some bardic inspiration. Can I do
Yeah,
that?
go for it. Roll the d6, and then you
First,
can
I
roll
need to
for the
give
attack.
him the bardic inspiration.
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna get out my automaton and
Yep.
play the most beautiful song
Ah, yes.
he has ever heard.
This
and it goes a little something.
It's gonna be
Like
Noah
this.
Benia.
is gonna be.
And you can tell she's been playing for a long time
Oh, yes.
and didn't just get this instrument a few weeks ago.
All right, go ahead and roll that inspiration die.
Actually, chances are this is
beautiful.
the first time Beeg has heard music, so that's probably amazing.
Oh.
All right. 6.
So yeah, that means you get to add 6 to your attack rolls for this turn.
Perfect.
All right, so go ahead and attempt the attack.
All right, so first attack. Oh well, I needed that then. 8.
Get rid of that die. It's crit.
I know it's straight
I'm
up
sorry, I
like
thought
another. It
it
would have been
was-
an 8 without the inspiration. Then it's so like what? It's 14.
All right, 14 hits. Roll for damage.
Perfect.
Okay, so now I know that's exactly what I see because I rolled a 13 earlier and that didn't
Oh,
happen.
D8 piercing. That's actually really good for
Yeah.
an attack at this stage.
It is really good. It's
So
almost.
does he get that just for one roll? Or does
Uh,
he continue to be inspired by my beautiful
I
music?
usually rule it as its turn.
Okay.
That is a 7 plus. 4. No. No. Do you add?
You use the
strength?
physical
Yeah,
stats of
physical
the
stats of the
Oh
bear.
yeah. Do you do strength for that then?
Yes.
So then yeah, it's
It's 11.
11.
All right.
Nah.
So you see that it is gored. You hear the hacking and slashing of plants. You see that it starts slowly sagging in on one side. This goblin that is... It looks like it was stable at one point, but now you can even see at the bottom of its foot that it's missing parts of the tendrils where it was once before.
Awesome. I will follow up since I did a multi-attack.
Yep.
Now I'm doing claws.
Awesome.
That one's much better. So 7 or well,
Oh.
that's a. Why did I say 7?
Why did you say
Because
seven?
it was on your
I did.
Oh,
I
you're
was
so
used to
I
low
just read the
rolling.
wrong one. I was
Big
so
guy is just
expecting
so
it.
out there.
This one is gonna be 16 plus another 22.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
Two. 8 plus 4. So it's 12.
That is
again.
12.
So
Alright.
just another
Oh
quick
great, now I have
swipe
to
at the
do
roots.
math. Why do you hate me this much? Alright, you see that you've swiped at this root again, and you see that it is slowly starting to come apart at the seams. That what was left of its left leg is now just a little nub of a torso, and small twigs are slowly just like dripping out of it.
I cough out a tuft of grass.
It looks like confetti. Alright, and with that, it is Dweeb's turn.
Oh boy. All right. Well, it seems like he's not gonna help us out very much, so I'm gonna attack him this time.
Alright.
I tried being nice to him, but I think he's a little upset because Urson burned him.
I mean, who wouldn't be?
I mean,
Let's be real.
Fair enough.
Listen,
She is new to this world.
first of all, you suggested it. Then you encouraged it. Hand out his arson and he's a plant.
What did this goblin ever do to you? He was just taking a nap.
He's a plant and I am named Arson and 2 people encouraged me.
Well, that's your fault. Alright,
He did
you
nothing.
charge up against our dear goblin plant friend. Go ahead and roll an attack roll real quick.
All right. So I have to roll 2d4s.
Oh, you have to roll to see if you hit
Oh,
first,
right?
right?
Yes, right. 20.
Yep, kind of have to do that.
15. I think it's plus 4.
It should be dexterity plus proficiency.
Dexterity. Yeah, it's 4.
So
Cool.
that is a, what, 18?
19.
19. That hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
All right, my 2d4 rolls. Yay.
Yep.
Actually, can he be poisoned?
You can try.
I mean, plants
Sure, let's
plants
try
get
it.
poisoned a lot, so.
Let's see. So 1d4. Oh, that's a 4.
Oh, that is a 4. Nice.
So that's 8. And then I'll re-roll that one. That was awkward.
Sure.
That's another 4. Cool.
Oh,
Okay,
so you just
8 for both.
hit 16. Awesome. And then did you roll the poison damage as
So
well?
the poison. So the first one is a 3, and the second one is a 4.
And then also, since big guy made melee attacks, does that mean that you get advantage for, or I guess not advantage, but like count for sneak attack? Because for sneak attack, you just need another person within melee range.
Sneak attack can be weird like that.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting that's how sneak attack works. Granted, it doesn't need that anyways because he's a swashbuckler, so...
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
just hop back at the end. It
Yeah.
says saving throw 12. Should I roll a 12 or do I not need to do that?
Go ahead and roll the saving... Or, actually, I need to throw the saving roll. That's how that
Oh,
works.
that's it. You do that.
Yep. Alright, cool. So, unfortunately, it doesn't really matter because you see that you're slashing away at it, and you see that these things are falling apart. But instead of like the usual burning, sizzling sound of poison that you hear, you see that it slowly is growing from where you partially
Mm.
slashed. It looks like you did some damage, but the poison did actively help it out a little bit.
Okay.
Pokemon style.
Alright.
Alright.
Could everyone roll a dexterity saving throw real quick?
Ooh, I'm so good at those. Ooh, a 19.
Alright.
13.
Nah.
16.
Oh, is it supposed to be a d20?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a d20. I mean, if you want to roll a d12 for this stat, go for it.
That was a 12, and then it's 12 plus dexterity.
Your
Yes.
dexterity saving
Your dexterity
throw,
saving
which
throw.
you're proficient in,
Yeah.
so it's-
Okay, cool. So that's 16 for me.
Wait, what does it mean if I'm
Right.
proficient in it?
That means you add your proficiency modifier.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, 15 for me.
15. Alright, so...
You already added it. If the circle is filled in, that means you have already added it.
Oh,
Actually, no, wait. Actually, you didn't write that down. It should be a +4
Oh.
there.
okay.
So you all feel the rumbling of the ground, and you see 4 vine whips just like growing out. It seems like how that was healed just invigorated some of the other plant life. They all strike at you and slap at you. It doesn't look like they're going to hit all that well, though. And everyone takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, frick.
I know you tried. And you did get a pretty solid hit on,
How's this
even
guy
with the
looking?
poison. You see that it is looking worse for wear, but you did see for a moment that before the poison had a chance to interact with its body, it is really starting to fall apart.
Can I jump back?
Yep, go for it. Can't really do much of anything about that. Alright, so with that, it goes to Arson, unless there's anything else.
Okay.
I know
So-
this seemed like a bad idea before, but please keep using fire.
So you said that earlier. You said that use a bonus action to sprout another tendril, right?
Yes.
Can I target the tendril?
I would say yes, but Bigoy's attacks did basically knock them out.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm just going to I guess I can move a little bit closer considering I'm already 60 feet away and the tendril still hit me. So I might as well just
Yeah.
move closer anyway.
Just
Alright.
remember your speed is lowered to 10.
Oh yeah. Alright, that's as bad as probably I can get.
Yep.
In which case I'm just gonna cast Firebolt again.
Yep, go for it.
That is a 16 to hit.
Yep, that hits. Go ahead, roll for damage.
Okay, that is 10 fire. And that is I am rolling really low on damage. 2 fire damage. Yippee! Look at me
2
go.
fire
I'm so good
damage!
at it.
Awesome! You see that it roars in pain, and it seems as if it is really bothered by fire. In case that wasn't obvious already.
Whoa, crazy. The plant is bothered by fire?
What?
Whoa.
Back for its
Alright.
complexion.
Anything else you'd like to do, my friend?
No.
Fair enough. Alright, then that means it goes to Bliss. What would you like to do?
Okay, I think I want to use Vicious Mockery on it. Does that have a range?
Uh,
I don't know
I
how that
forget
one
off the top of my
works.
head. I
Okay,
want to
let
say it has
me-
range of 60, but I could be wrong.
Vicious Mockery, yep, 60 foot
60
range.
sounds right.
Wow, I remember that.
Okay, so can I move my 25?
Yep. You were not struck by the poison.
Is that close enough? Can I go diagonal?
yeah.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
Okay, let me use the ultimate insult generator.
yeah.
And if it's not PG-13, I will generate more. I
Yeehaw.
Just bleep yourself.
don't know what that word. Nope.
You just play the automaton
I'm
every
gonna-
time you
I'm
try and
gonna-
slay her.
I'm gonna yell,
Perfect.
"Take this, you gluttonous turd cutter!" and hit him.
Alright,
It's a-
I won't make you roll for it.
I'm
Just
gonna use
with-
that one in real life.
I love that for you. I won't make you roll. You see that while it is intelligent enough to speak, there's nothing going on in that head.
Oh, they have to be intelligent for that to work.
Oh no, it's just immune to psychic damage, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's just dumb.
Good to know.
It's a dumb plant.
It does say in the description, if a target can hear you, though it need not understand you.
I mean,
Oh, I just have it. It's just immune to psychic damage overall.
Oh, okay.
It's just like,
Now I know that's. A
It just
thing. I will not
blankly
insult it any
stares in
further.
like 2 directions. All right,
I didn't get
and is there anything else you'd like to do?
Man, that was a really good insult to waste.
It was a really good insult. Keep that in the
can-
back pocket for later.
I have a blow dart, but I feel like that's not gonna do shit against this guy.
I mean, you could always try.
And also, Vicious Mockery was an action.
Oh yeah, that
so-
was also the action. Yeah,
Oh, okay, so I couldn't use the blow dart.
yeah, not quite.
Okay, I guess there's nothing else I can do.
Unfortunately, not.
Can I back away?
Yeah, go
No,
for it.
I'm
Oh,
fine.
I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
how much
I'm good. Yeah.
space you used.
No, I guess that's all I can do.
All right, so with that, so it looks like that Gobbo, even though it didn't understand what you meant, it realized, whoa, that wasn't very cool. You see this gnarled mouth sprout up right behind you from what little stability this goblin has left. And it goes ahead and tries to make an attack at you, so that's not.
And I don't have the bark skin anymore, right?
You do not. So does a 15 hit you?
Yeah.
All right. Oh dear. So that you feel it clamp down right onto your arm, and that really struck in just the right place because you take 10 poison damage.
Oh, okay.
And your speed for a little bit is lowered to 10 feet. you wince in pain, and it weirdly smells fruity. Alright, and
I love that my blood
So-
smells like apples.
and Arson, you see that another tendril is just like sprouting up from behind
How
you.
does this thing have against me? I just lit it on fire. Come on.
I mean, can
We
you
do that to
blame
each
it?
other all the time in the fireplace.
He's not accustomed to our culture here.
Think about it this way: we didn't start the fire.
It was always
It was
burning.
always burning. It's always
Does
burning.
a 15 hit?
What if I said no?
I mean,
What if I just lied?
I would very much cry if you lied.
It does hit me.
All right.
Frowny face.
Unfortunate.
Everything hits me. My AC is 11.
All right. You feel it like sink in, but for whatever reason, it accidentally goes a bit lower than usual, so it bites you in the ankle, like a little ankle biter. And so it nips you for 5 poison damage, and your speed is lowered to 10 feet.
It was already lowered.
It stays lowered.
Excuse you. Can you leave? I don't like you.
All right.
No more of
And
this.
unfortunately, it can't do that. So with that, it goes back to the top of the turn order. Bigoy.
Big, I think he was like attacking the tendrils before they were like grabbing him, right?
Yep.
Is that what I was? Okay.
You very much killed them, and they are very much gone.
Cool,
You,
so-
the only tendrils that you see are behind Arson and behind Bliss.
Okay.
Save me, big guy.
I will. They're very far from each other too. So this sucks.
That's part of the fun, didn't you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I should say that now that the turn has ended, your speed is no longer lowered to 10 feet.
Yep. So I will.
I think you're our best attacker right now, big guy. Because I kind of gave him a buff, so
I'm
I mean,
gonna-
I did.
Accidentally.
I kind of forgot that I had written that into the stat block when I made it, and then I was like, oh yeah, poison damage, sure, whatever. Oops.
Big looks at the camera and he kind of in like a Courage the Cowardly Dog like voice goes, "The things I do for love," and then he runs back to Blitz to attack at his I think that one's Blitz, right?
Bliss is a
That
tiny
one.
version of
The tiny
yourself.
version of
And
you.
That one's me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Arson.
So in that case, I will. So yeah. So then
Yeah.
he will use 10, 15 of his movement.
Yep.
To make a claws attack at the
At the Snaking Vine
He'll
tendril.
just
however
go
you
with a
want to call it.
multi-attack then.
Yeah, go for it.
Since it's here.
Mhm.
So 11 plus 15.
That hits. Go ahead,
Alright.
roll damage. You know, this wasn't how I was expecting this to go. I love it, don't get me wrong, but just like...
Maybe
Was it
we
12?
should have thought about it.
Yeah, it's
A
fine.
little more.
How much damage?
12.
12. Ooh.
And then that is 14 for the second attack.
That hits.
Already. 2, 4, so 6, 10.
Alright, so... How would you like to do this?
So he just kind of like sprints over and like he's trying to save time essentially.
Hmm.
Like just kind of like instantly gives like a big ka-chomp against like I imagine it's like 3 like tied around ropes.
Yeah.
Of just gone, and then he just like scratches away the rest.
Yeah.
And the second he's finished with that, he'll use the rest of his movement to.
Oh no, like, what happens is that as you see that you crunch down the rest of the goblin, you see it shake and shake until you hear a little pop and then a sound of confetti.
Oh,
If you could
okay.
Could I grab my friend Goblin back? Thank you.
See you in hell, Goblin.
What did I do to
He put me to 9 health.
you? Well, that's your fault
So in
for
that case-
attacking it.
Excuse you.
The
I am
go-
named Arson,
the goblin
and
has
there is a
been
large
defeated.
living plant. What do you want me to do?
And roll perception for me real quick, Arson.
Okay.
I will say, Beeg's plan does not change. He barely notices that the thing
Mhm.
died. He sprints to
6.
try to free.
You don't hear it.
I wonder why.
Fair
I'm a bit too busy bleeding out over here.
enough. I mean, how do you bleed? Do you bleed in lava? Do you like?
I have normal blood.
Fair enough.
It's just very, very warm.
Do you need healing word?
All right,
Or would you
but
like
Cure wounds are
I'll
probably
just
in a
roll
bat- I don't have
as
cure
Dweeb.
wounds.
You hear the door unlock.
Woo!
The door we came out of?
Yes.
Or
Hey,
came through?
guys.
Yes.
Hey guys, the door's unlocked. We can leave.
Arson, a large bear tackles you as it tries to free you from the sticks that are already gone.
How long are you a bear for?
As long as like, well, I think technically
It's
until
like-
a long rest. I think,
yeah,
or,
pretty much.
Can I hop on your back and say, Helio?
Yes. Yes.
He will not throw you off if he feels somebody jump onto his
Well, I'm
back.
gonna walk out of the room before the door closes again.
Yeah.
Sure.
Follow George.
Arson's a little bit busy getting bowled
Yeah.
over
I think
by
you
a
mean
bear.
slither.
Oh yeah, I'm
slithers
gonna
out.
slither.
So-
Yeah,
He
yeah.
fall- he
My
falls
bad. I'm
over
gonna slither
and
out
he-
of the room.
Like, you notice him go for a bite, and then notice that you're not that there's no twigs to be found.
Oh.
He looks around. Goes,
I
"Oh."
should also say, since you dealt the killing blow, and since you jumped onto his back, you find little scraps
Ooh.
of like almost metal chains that came from our goblin friend.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd consider him a friend.
Well, he's a friend in my book. Listen, I
He
need.
didn't answer my question.
He is
These
a
are
plant.
metal scraps?
There's nothing in his head.
He didn't.
Where
answer
where
my-
did these come from?
Basically, when our planty boy exploded, these came out and fell into his fur, or into Bigwai's fur.
Okay. These all say something, guys. Pay, cure, hood, beat.
How fascinating. Arson says from a puddle of her own blood on the floor underneath the bear.
I'm gonna pass them to Dweeb.
Sometimes it just needs to be how it is, right?
Pay. Was it?
Beat,
What were they? Pay.
beat, hood, cure, and pay.
Are we out? Did we leave?
Yep, you guys left.
The
Now
bear
that
came in.
one room is cleared out, you have 3 others to work with.
I don't know. Do I trust giving them the big guy? Will big guy eat them?
Well, he's a bear.
I mean, he still has his normal Wait.
Pay, cure.
He has his normal intelligence, but I don't know if I would trust him.
I don't know if I trust him with the paper, so
I mean, you can do whatever.
There, it's
I'm
metal.
gonna give the paper to Ember.
It
Or
is
to,
metal, don't get me
Arson,
wrong.
To Arson.
Wow, awesome idea giving the paper
It's
to the
metal.
fire.
It's
god.
metal.
metal.
It is heat-proof metal.
Okay.
When you are like discussing who to give it to, Beak does gesture towards you with his head, with his mouth open.
Arson just reaches a hand up, grabs the metal, and is like, "How cool!" She's going to get up. She's going to walk out of the room
Mhm.
because she doesn't want the door to close
Yep.
on her. And
You
she's gonna
guys,
wait for everybody to come to join her.
Sure.
If everybody is.
Yeah.
you are all out of the room,
I
and
think
you
we
have
should
the
go
other
into the
rooms.
door across the way.
I think I got something to do first.
Oh,
Arson's going to set down the metal a little bit to the side, still
Mhm.
within line of sight so that nothing can mess with it.
Yeah.
And then she's going to use a little bit of fire magic to start like drawing little runes in the air. And she's going to cast Aid as a. It takes it's only one action.
Mhm.
So pretty much she just sort of draws a bunch of like runes of fire in the air,
Mhm.
and all of you and me have both hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5 for the duration of the spell, which is 8 hours.
all right.
So
go
everybody
ahead and do
heals
that.
5 and gains 5 maximum.
There you
Dang.
go.
Let's go.
Awesome work.
Is that just for my regular form or my
Regular.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
So
regular.
wait, I gained 5.
There
and then
you
what?
go.
And then what else?
Both current and maximum.
Yep.
So your maximum hit point right there is 24, so basically you have 29
Yep.
total.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty snazzy.
He feels
It's
stronger
a good
somewhere.
spell.
Somewhere within the
I
recesses
feel like
of his
I've
heart.
just taken a refreshing sip of water.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
It more so
I don't know
feels
if
like the
refreshing
warmth
sip
that
of
you get from sitting
Mhm.
just close enough to a campfire.
That sounds
Yeah.
delightful.
There you go. All right.
Okay,
So,
now I think we should go across the way into the next door and think about things a little bit harder before we start attacking them.
Yeah, I think we should do that, and maybe you two should like, egg me on and tell me to light the plant guy on fire.
All right,
Like, I
onward.
thought that was a normal thing. We do that all the time with the fire plane, but I guess not.
Alright.
Who wants to lead the way? Or I guess maybe we should, because
Be
you're a
great.
bear
You
and I'm
can do
riding
whatever.
the bear.
Arson does pick up the metal, just
Oh.
saying that.
Ultimate
Sure,
power
sure,
move.
sure. Ultimate power move. Alright, so you step in and you see this really bright, really warm sunroom. You see that there's like very picturesque cloudy skies, but this warmth that's like radiating out. And you see at the far end of this very long, very thin hallway is a squirrel.
A
Or
squirrel?
a scroll.
Oh.
Like a
Oh.
yes,
That makes
there's
more sense.
How is that just,
no, there's a
tiny
little squirrel,
squirrel.
right on top of this like magnificent pedestal.
He was
That
gonna
would be
start
funny.
running.
Nope, it's just a scroll, an inanimate piece of paper.
I feel like Beak Guy would still start running. He's like, yummy.
Paper's not appetizing.
Actually, Arson, since you're a fire genasi, as soon as you step in, you feel this warmth, like, very soothing, like it's almost reminding you of home. Go ahead and roll 1d8 real quick.
D8. Alright.
Yep.
2.
Add 3 to that, so that's 5. You heal 5 HP.
Yippee, thank you. This is totally not pity. This is totally planned.
No, it was totally planned. I just
Huh.
didn't expect you guys to need it that quickly.
I'm gonna jump off Beak
Mm.
and cautiously walk over to the scroll. Can I give it a really good look
I
without?
will
Yeah.
also
Touching
walk
it?
over to the scroll.
Yeah, you
with
two walk up to the scroll. There's
bliss.
about, you're pretty much knocking shoulders with each other because it's just a very thin, very long stretch, but
Oh,
you
okay.
just see this very picturesque scene. It looks like it's midday, getting closer to sunset as you do. Go ahead and roll perception real quick.
Okay, wait.
Whoa.
So if I'm proficient in that, what does that mean again?
That
I
means
get...
You
You-
add the proficiency bonus.
yes.
Okay,
Your
so
perception.
14.
All right.
I got a 19.
All right, so both of you notice that there are 4 more little tablets of metal just hanging out on there
Ooh.
along with the scroll.
I
What
will
do they
pick
say?
them up. One says up. One says neighbor. One says miracle. Oh, there's 5.
Oh, there's 5, excuse me, sorry. I
One
miscounted.
says back and one says hunch. And then I'll hand them to Bliss.
There you go.
Up,
Although you also
neighbor,
notice that
Miracle back.
it looks
punch.
like there's a little latch under, there's like a little a little system underneath the scroll that if it moves, something might happen.
Okay.
I
Do
pull
we-
it.
You pull it. So with you get yourself.
Can't help myself.
No, sometimes that's just what you need to do. Alright, so you go ahead and find yourself a scroll that you recognize is a scroll that you need to rip that will heal all the party for 3d6.
Oh,
But
good news.
as you grab it,
Oh.
you see the clouds just like swarm in. It's not like those gentle, fluffy clouds that you'd been seeing before, but they're angry, they're dark, there's brooding, there's ominous. But as you see, rain falls down. It keeps falling. It falls inside the room. Could you guys roll a dexterity saving throw since you two are like right in the middle of it?
That's a D20.
Yep,
Us?
it's all a d20. Yep, the two of you. And how far are you from the door?
B is probably like close. He's probably just been like wandering around trying to
Hmm.
graze because he forgot he's not one of those kinds of animals.
Arson walked in, was comforted by the feeling of warmth,
Yes.
and then when the rain started, she looked up and was like, "Oh no, why is there water from the sky? I don't like this." And she tried to leave.
You might as well just roll for dexterity saving throw as well. I'm not going to assume Beeg is far from the door, so he just steps out before it can hit him.
15.
Alright.
6.
Oh.
Okay, so
You hesitate for a moment, and you find out that this is acid rain.
Oh,
And go ahead and
I'm having a great
is there
time.
anything
You're
in
having a
the
great
room we
time.
can hide under?
nope, it's just a blank room with nothing else in it.
I rolled a 13, which would be plus 4,
Right.
right? Because
Yep.
my dexterity is 4, so that's
Mhm.
a 17.
So
Actually,
since you
your
guys are
proficiency, well, like your charisma saving throw,
or
I not
dexterity,
charisma, dexterity
Yeah.
saving throw. Did you use that or just dexterity?
I think he used it if I remember his math correctly. So yeah. So you guys are sprinting out of there. You feel a slight bit of burn, and you take like 2 acid damage, the both of you.
Okay.
And then for our dear friend Arson, she has hesitated for an exact moment, and she takes 3 acid damage.
Wait, I take 2.
Yes, you take 2 acid damage, but you make it out of the room with the bits of metal intact.
Did we get the scroll?
Yep, you got the scroll.
Oh, okay. And the scroll
think it
does
was-
what?
It was worth it.
You rip it as an action, and when you do, it heals all allies within 20 feet by 3d6 HP.
Do we use it now or do we wait?
We wait.
Okay.
That'll be our
right.
that'll be our trump card.
Have good scroll.
Yeah, like two of us are like pretty much full health, so
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
worth it right now.
Okay.
Beak like turns around after you guys like slam the door like on the previous room, and he's just really confused. He
Wait, are
can't
you still
speak.
in there?
No, no, no,
Oh,
no,
okay, okay.
no, no. He just
That would be
didn't know that
cruel.
he just didn't know it started raining.
Okay, before we go into any other room, let's look at these words.
Could you
Before
roll?
we do that, I'd like to curse God.
That's a free action.
Yeah, that's free action, but which god are you cursing? There's like
Yes.
17 of them.
All
Oh.
of them.
Even the small baby?
Yes.
It might be an action.
there's
to
a
go
baby
through the
guy?
list.
Yes, there's a baby god. Well,
I
not in
believe in
D&D,
none
at
of
least
them.
in this world.
Who needs a god?
Um,
got my daggers.
You guys aren't real.
Oh no.
So wait, what's before we read these?
You can go ahead and roll perception real quick. Everyone can, as these things are all shaping about.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh, there you go. Alright, I'll just wait for everyone else.
17.
17.
That's a 12 for me.
That's 12.
7.
7. Alright,
I'm gonna start
so
using this dice.
it
This
looks
dice is not
like
good.
the two of you are keenly aware that how these are misshapen, it seems like they fit together in a specific way, like puzzle pieces, that will eventually come to a full piece. Or 2 full pieces, I should say.
Bliss is already on the ground
Hmm.
putting them together. I'm muttering to myself and I put neighbor and hood together.
Mhm.
Does anything happen?
You see a little spark, and they fuse together.
And then I put miracle and cure together.
A little spark.
Upbeat, maybe?
Oh, I was gonna do pay up. Upbeat's better. Does it do anything?
Upbeat does. It does a little spark.
Beat, neighborhood. What are we missing? Miracle cure. Did we did okay? Neighborhood, miracle cure, upbeat, and then we have back pay, and hunch.
Or
Payback.
maybe
Payback.
payback.
Another little spark.
And that's all that happens.
Yeah, that's all that happens.
And we
Just a
still
little
have
spark.
hunch.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Hunch.
Did you say payback or back pay?
Payback.
Payback.
Actually, nothing happens. I apologize.
What about hunchback?
That happens.
Okay.
Now we just have pay. Got it.
Okay. I'm gonna put. How big are these metal things?
They're like coin size.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna slip them into my little like pouch
Yep,
satchel
perfect.
thing. Okay. Next room. I think we're onto something.
The next room.
The entire time you were
yes.
solving that, Beaks just like he had his like snout really close to them on the floor, just sniffing, not helping.
I give him a pat on the head.
And then he just kind of like turns around to the only undone door and just kind of like shakes his head a little bit.
Alright.
okay.
It's time for another wacky adventure.
And I mount up and point onwards into the
Yeah.
next door.
Alright, you guys see that this one is labeled gallery. As you step in, there's a very white room.
Arson's going to
This
stand
white
back
room.
because she has not had good experiences with any of these
A
rooms.
very white room.
Yes, it's pale white. But in the center there are 4 paintings. One a very illustrious blue, one a very angry red, one of them a happy yellow, and one of them, it doesn't look like there's anything on there.
It's just blank.
It doesn't look like it. You can look at it if you want.
I want to look at it.
So you see. Go ahead and roll perception real quick.
Huh. 8. Well, 7 plus 1, which is 8.
All right, so you see that somewhere there's a shivering little child, like a small halfling that's just scared out of its mind. You see underneath is a small inscription that says anxious. But
In the painting?
underneath the painting.
No, I mean, is the halfling
Oh,
in the painting?
the halfling is in the painting.
Which color?
White.
Okay, can I look in the blue one?
Sure. Also, could you two roll perception real quick? B and Arson, you can go ahead and look in the painting and roll perception as well.
That is an 18 total for me.
All right.
17.
24.
17? Ooh. All right. Both of you notice that on the back of the door that you guys are coming into, there's a little placard that says, "Say our names." And for you, you see a very sad woman crying into her hands, surrounded by a dark storm. And underneath it, it says sorrow.
Yo, they want us to say their names.
Okay, I say sorrow.
You see that underneath, the water starts filling up underneath the room. The door
That's
is
nice.
closed.
She was standing in the doorway.
That is fair. You leave the door before the water gets to you, but you also realize that you are locked out.
Skillet show.
The
I live my best life out here.
water doesn't
Just get
seem
one
to
of
be
those.
harmful yet.
So I will say anxious.
You hear this very blood-curdling scream going, "Ah!" And then the painting falls down.
Oh,
And behind the painting is two more little placards.
yay!
What do they say?
Scale and down.
Pay scale. I put pay and scale together real fast.
You see a little spark.
Down.
Down.
I start doggy paddling, even though I know that's not.
How- yeah, is the water-
It's not
Oh.
that big. It's like
Oh.
up to your ankles.
Does it keep rising?
Not yet.
Does the water leak out through the door?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I'm safe.
Yeah, you're basically safe, but you're kind of out of all of the fun.
I am making my way to the red painting, although I imagine
Right.
it's a little hard because I'm very small.
No, the water doesn't impede your movement. You're shuffling on over, and you see this hulking barbarian of a half orc that's just like, it seems like the entire world's on fire around it, and you see underneath it is Wrath.
Wrath. I say wrath.
All right, the water boils beneath you. It doesn't hurt. It's just warm enough so that it all dissipates, and the door seems to. Actually, no, sorry. That is the wrong note. The steam happens, but you don't see anything happen to the door.
Okay, then I'll look into our last little painting.
All right. You see a smiling lady who seems to have been in her prime a few years ago. Just this very aged face that's just beaming into a lovely sunrise. And underneath it, you see the word joy.
I say joy.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
18 plus. What, 1?
Yeah, that's a 19. So you feel this
No,
warm.
it's just a base 18.
You feel this like really warm feeling come over you for a second, but as soon as it does, it just kind of vanishes. Like not physically warm, but just like mentally warm,
Yeah.
but nothing else.
Cool.
Huh.
Seems like you guys are still a little stuck.
The door's locked. And Arson's outside?
Yep, Arson is stuck outside.
Beak's trotting around looking for more paintings.
Can we still communicate with
Yeah.
Arson through the door?
Yeah,
You
she
can,
see
but
us? Okay.
she can't see you, but she can definitely hear you.
She can hear us.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say, come back. The water doesn't do anything.
To you, maybe. I'm like fire.
We can't like feel it, right?
The water is gone from when you said the raft painting. so-
Oh, water's gone.
I don't trust these rooms, but okay. She's gonna kick the door down.
Go ahead and roll an attack on the door.
Okay. Just, strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
That's
mean-
12.
You kick the door, but it almost like comically bends backwards and then flexes back at you, and you're sent stumbling to the ground. You're not hurt, but
She just lays there and
you might just be slightly mocked.
She curses every single god 3 times before she gets back up.
Oh no!
And she hears from the other side of the door, just open it the normal way.
But that's boring.
Beak runs up and attacks the door from the other side.
Okay, go ahead and roll an
It's a
attack.
little side adventure.
And with a claw, that's gonna be a 16.
You slash at it. Your paw gets like comically through there, but it's like bending like rubber around. And then you go ahead and get smacked back in the face.
This
for
is some like
saying-
who framed Roger Rabbit kind of shit.
Just a little.
Somersaults backwards,
Yep.
tumbles a few times.
You hear like drums chaotically bashing as he rolls until he just smacks against the wall, and you see like ducks floating around his head for a second.
He's laying with his back
Nice.
against the wall and his head against the floor.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wasn't thinking head against the floor. I was thinking like the slumped over sitting down there, like back against the wall.
Yes.
Like he's disappointed in himself.
Bliss is gonna walk up to the door and very exaggeratedly turn the handle and open it.
You see that while the handle turns, you cannot move the door.
Okay.
Arson's going to stand. Arson's
Never
going to
mind.
just. Arson, still laying on the floor, is just going to slightly adjust her position so she can reach the handle, and she's going to try and open it from her side.
Growls in
Hey.
frustration.
You twist it open, and surprisingly, you're able to make it. Although you will also have to roll a Constitution saving throw.
I was just going to open the door. I wasn't going to go in.
Oh, I know.
Okay, con save it is. Alright. That is a 24.
You feel this very happy feeling, like magically rush to you before it vanishes again.
Ew, what was that? Oh no, I don't want that.
All right, we all done testing the door?
Is there anything
Growls
else?
in agreement.
Is there what else? Is there any other paintings or?
Nope, it was just the 4 that you saw.
Okay. Is there anything else in the room?
Nope.
I feel like we're missing something.
What if I say joy again in front of the yellow painting?
Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Um, 8.
I see. So, you are enveloped with this like overwhelming joy, this joy that almost makes you want to cry because of just like how safe you feel. But you're slowly eroding. Not physically, but mentally. Go ahead and take 5 psychic damage.
Arson's going to step into the room to shout wrath.
The place warms up, but nothing else seems to happen. I'm gonna say.
cold.
Could Beak,
Where's the heater?
could Biga just like trot over to the painting and try to like and say joy but through in bear? Like,
You
growl joy.
say joy in bear, but the painting doesn't seem to respond.
Arson says wrath again.
It still warms up and then dissipates as soon as it does.
So it doesn't get
Go ahead and
extra.
roll another saving throw, Sophie.
Saving throw.
Yes, for Constitution once more.
Okay. 13.
You still feel this like overwhelming joy. You're almost bawling, like you feel like you're a child again. But as you do, you take another 6 psychic damage.
Oh my god, just get
Hey.
over it. Just stop laughing. There's nothing to laugh at.
It's not even a laugh, it's just like she's staring with this almost crooked smile on her face and crying
Arson
Thousand-
at
flicks her in
this
the
place.
forehead.
1,000-yard stare happening.
Yeah.
I'm like on my knees on the ground.
Go ahead and roll an attack
looking
throw real quick.
real bad.
Okay.
Like, you're happy though, that's the thing. It's happy, but
4.
it's
You can be happy and still be
Uh,
doing real bad.
Yeah, that works. You flicker and the spell breaks. You realize that saying the name Joy was putting you under a spell.
Okay. Isn't it?
And then it's like
we have that
you
scroll.
feel this like very longing moment of like you wanted to go back, but you're not sure if it stays or not.
So, you said that one of them like fell off the wall and we got those, right? And then the
Yep.
rest are still on the wall?
Anxious fell off
Wait,
the
one
wall.
fell off? Anxious fell off the wall.
Mhm.
Alright. Arson's just going to... She's going to say Joy.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, that is a... 11. Not good.
You are enveloped by this joyful feeling, and you are succumbed to it. Please take 2 psychic damage.
Can I think at all through it?
No.
Okay, because I was thinking that she would try like mixing them, like say Joy and then Wrath or something. But if she cannot think at all, then she wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, not quite.
Can anyone heal me?
Yeah, I was just about to say, Beeg is gonna like come out of wild shape now
Yeah, sure.
and return to Loxodon form. Does like Blitz seem like fine, like still in like the joyful phase, like it's still affecting them, or
Yes.
okay?
Oh, I didn't come out of it?
Oh, I heard Arson when you said Bliss. No, Bliss is fine.
Okay,
Sorry.
no, you're fine.
I just feel I'm just feeling real bad.
Yeah, just wanted
Yeah,
to make sure.
like-
so like I was because
Like
first
all the
plan
joy had
was-
been sucked out of you
Yes,
for like a
I'm
moment, and now you're
exhausted.
like,
I'm exhausted and a little dazed.
He'll hit you with just a first level cure wounds thing.
What does
alright.
that mean?
You can explain since
Okay.
it's
So
a spell.
cure wounds, I will. Once again, I have like 9 spell pages open.
Only 9? Wow.
Well, that's actually 5.
La-ti-da.
So a creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Do you roll it or do I roll it?
I usually roll it as the person who is casting rolls. And in the middle of this, could you make another Constitution saving throw?
That one is a 17.
You snap out, but also take 5 psychic damage.
The instant she snaps out, she's going to try and say Wrath.
The room heats up again.
So nothing else happens?
Nope.
Okay, so mixing those two doesn't do anything.
That was an 11.
Go.
11?
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead and heal 11 HP. Dweeb and Arson, could you please roll investigation real quick?
I can try my very best. I'm not intelligent.
I'm gonna get up to
Okay.
my feet,
Yep.
leaning
Oh,
on
my
big
computer
guy.
turned
Say
off.
Oh,
thank
natural
you.
20
Thanks,
for
big guy.
Yeah.
natural 20, but for a total of 19.
Happy hurts sometimes.
I don't count the modifiers if it's a nat 20,
Okay.
at least in most cases.
Let's see. It's my intelligence, right?
Yes.
So +3. Okay, that's an 8.
You're not sure of anything. You seem to realize that nothing else is happening, and it seems that this room is used up.
Alright, Arson's just gonna say, alright, let's just leave. This place sucks.
Okay. Are you leaving? You leading the way?
Beeg just walks.
I'm
out the
gonna
door.
wait for everybody else to walk out first. 'Cause I want to do something.
All right. I assume
so-
everyone else leaves
Yeah,
the room.
well,
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
gonna
Okay,
leave.
Arson's
I
going
didn't know we could get back to the
Arson's
door.
going to go
Yes, mark
stand
it
in
out.
the doorway, and
Mhm.
she's going to throw a firebolt at the joy paint and close the door.
You hear an old woman scream as you do so.
Skill issue.
Ooh.
Or actually, you hear a lot of screaming, but that's besides the point.
Huh.
And then you just hear from the mirrors, "Rude."
Well, she was rude first, so.
They had a loud color palette.
How's everyone doing on health?
Not great. Arson still bleeding a little bit from her many wounds from the fight, but also like she's got a pretty bad nosebleed right now too.
How about a healing word?
I was-
Yes.
I could I have another spell slot to spare. So Beeg, I was gonna say like Beeg could just walk up and he'll like comically just kind of like clasp his hand over the top of your head
You pick Sarsen up in one hand.
Yeah, just one-handed, just like that, and then just like fill you with cure wounds energy, and then drop you.
I love that.
So how much do I heal for?
Okay, so
I love that too much.
ooh, that is a 12.
Thank you.
Oh, that is beautiful. All right.
Before we go into this next, presumably last room,
Hmm.
should we take an intermission, figuratively speaking?
Yeah, figuratively speaking and literally speaking, if you so desire.
Yeah. Okay.
You take
Yeah.
a quick break.
Yeah.
Intermission.
All right, and with that, we'll go
We'll be
ahead and
back.
take a small intermission. We'll be right back to you after this small commercial break. And we are back. Just needing to get a little fun things out of the way and making sure that we're all on the same page. I will go ahead and have everyone roll an investigation throw as our little friend Bliss is rolling to put some of these bits together.
Unnatural 1.
Whoa!
What am I rolling?
Dum-dum.
It was a 2 minus 1.
Yeah, so
I am
19
Dum
plus
dum.
3, which is 22.
there you go.
Investigation? you said?
Yes.
Arson's too busy cursing out the gods.
This is
Yeah,
the,
pretty much.
Well,
This is
I
the
rolled really
day-
bad.
The day big guy graduates kindergarten. I got a nat 20.
Yo. You notice that the two of you notice that as Bliss is working on these together, it seems that almost all of them fit together, as in like some of them have a top part and a bottom part that need to go together. It seems like they all connect into
Like
one or
one
two
wall.
long pages.
I go. I just like I like kind of like stamp my foot to get like attention, and I just point, going that one page. Oh
Oh my god, I think it's
Puzzle.
one page, you guys. Okay. Right now we have pay scale, miracle cure, neighborhood, upbeat, and hunchback. And wasn't there another one? And down.
Yes. Although
I don't
I
know.
realize now that I look at my notes, upbeat is not correct.
Oh. Okay.
That's my fault. I had the wrong notebook near
Beat
me.
up.
Okay. Beat up.
There you go.
Okay.
It was like
Beat.
It makes sense when it's like two words that like they could be either.
Hmm,
Yeah.
yeah, that is the unfortunate bit.
Yeah.
All right, so you have one
So-
more door, or you can try and investigate to see if you can fit anything else
I
together.
think we should try to fit
Yeah.
other things together.
Let me investigate because I've got a really good investigation. Unless somebody else
Sure.
wants to. Unless I roll like
You
shit
can
like I
roll
did before.
investigation if you like.
I'm surprised I did that well that first time.
I will help out. I'll help out because I also have a high investigation.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Actually, now I think I'm a genius. I'm gonna
Yep.
go.
10.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, Arson's gonna
I got
walk,
an 11.
Arson's gonna walk over to the door and
How
read
about
if
our
there's,
genius
like,
bear?
a label on it.
You
Oh, no,
don't
you're not a
seem
bear
to
anymore.
notice much of anything, and you walk over to the other door.
I want to see if there's a label, like the gallery had, like the label
Um,
gallery.
You see above the door, it says should, could, ...
Wood. Should could wood.
Yeah,
You
that
say
should be
that?
it.
Coulda,
Yeah, I
woulda.
say that.
Nothing happens.
Should, could, would.
Arson stares
What's
at the
the
door
door?
like she can light it on fire by just looking at it.
Alright, you see the doorknob blink for a second. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa! Hey there!
Should could would.
It's got a
I
face?
mean, yeah, just a little face on the doorknob. I see you have a bit of a conundrum here. How are
Use that as a
you?
password. Should could would.
You're asking me some really weird questions. I'm just a door.
Okay. Can you tell me what's behind you?
I love
You
this
have to
door.
realize, my
Would you tell me
master,
what's behind you?
I can't
Should
tell
you tell me
you.
what's behind you? Could you tell me what's behind
I
you?
could tell you what's behind me. I don't know if I should. I feel
Would
like I'm
you
being
tell me what's behind
interrogated.
you?
I very well can, if you'd like.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if you would.
I can.
Okay, do it.
I think there's something behind me.
Can
I
you
know
elaborate?
that. There's some metal and some liquid.
Arson's gonna light her hand on fire.
Hey, I'm
Can I
just...
roll intimidation?
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
Okay.
We fight door
That
now.
is a.
Are we fighting another door?
24.
Our mortal enemies,
Ugh,
doors.
Why
Tell
are
me
you
what is
like
behind
this?
you, in
I'm just a
detail.
magic door.
In
I don't
detail.
know what's going on
What is
here.
behind you in detail?
Be real.
That's all I know. I was just placed here. My master just said you need to guard this door, or be this door for this area, and I didn't really have a
What are
choice.
you guarding?
Can I put? I'm gonna run up and put myself between Arson and the door and just be
Oh,
like,
go for
okay,
it.
okay. Let's not be hasty. We've
You
already
hear
had
the
enough door
doorknob
encounters.
rattling.
And then I'm gonna turn around and just try to open it like a normal person.
Alright. You hear go, whoa, you've got some really cool hands. But
Gross.
nothing else happens.
Weird.
Oh.
I will burn you down.
Listen, I'm a magic door. I
Can-
can't move,
can
even
I-
if I wanted to.
Oh, even
Can
if you
you
wanted to.
burn?
Surprisingly, no.
Can I take out the wall next to you?
You see that door, or the door is like flitting her eyes back and forth.
Would I be able to persuade the
they're-
door to open?
You can try.
I'm gonna poke the walls around. The
I
door
mean,
to
there
see
are
what's
two
there.
just like gigantic mirrors surrounding
I'm
this
gonna.
door.
I want to try and just. I'm gonna put my hands on it and caress it a little bit.
Ooh,
and say,
that feels
"Please,
very
pretty
nice.
Please, would you open it? And
You
bat
can
my
go
eyelashes
ahead
at
and
it.
roll persuasion.
And we're like probably like
Uh,
eye level with each other.
Go ahead and
so-
roll persuasion.
Why are you seducing the door?
Man, these rolls are sucking now. 13.
Go ahead and add an additional 3 for caressing.
It liked my hands before. So, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah, you got a 16. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could move, but if I say that dirty word, I die.
I take my hand off of it.
Oh.
Listen, I'm gonna start breaking every mirror I
Wait,
find.
dirty
in this
word?
goddamn- I'm gonna start breaking every mirror I find in this place if you don't say the
Did
word
I
word.
say
I put my
that?
hand back on the door.
Oh,
Do you think you could tell us the word?
It's wood.
you probably
Can I try
have
and
it-
persuade it again?
Sure.
Beak walks up while this is happening and just goes, "We fight door now."
I'm gonna like just put a hand in front of Beak's face, like no,
You like.
We
clasp
don't
around my
fight door now.
trunk.
We
Yeah,
seduce
no,
door now.
no.
Might you give me 3 more points again since I'm touching it?
Sure.
So the
Door
16.
Go-
I bat my eyes really, really hard.
you feel the door warm up in your hands, not from your own hand, but just like it blushing, or at least the equivalent of metal blushing. Listen, you figured it out. I just don't want to say it.
I'm
That
gonna
means
break every mirror in this entire
Listen.
place if you don't say the word wood.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Arson's
don't-
gonna walk up to the mirrors right next to the door
Yeah.
and punch one of them.
Go ahead and roll for an attack, but listen, this isn't going to end well. You attempt to punch the door,
I
but
punched the mirror.
or the mirror, I should say, excuse me. But a hand grabs your hand, just like this, and then throws you to the side. You don't take any damage, but you are spun around.
Try catching this, and she's gonna throw a firebolt at it.
Can I intimidate the door?
You may
I'm gonna
intimidate
try
the
to
door,
intimidate the door.
and you can go ahead and roll an attack on the mirror.
Okay, that is a 26.
You throw the fire, it goes into the mirror, but it is almost like sucked straight up into the mirror and just keeps on hurtling until you can't see it anymore.
That's just good audio. That sound.
Okay.
I didn't think about that. I apologize. Pretty much.
Slur. Okay.
I
So
didn't do the slurp.
I'm gonna
Alright,
walk up to
you're-
the door and I'm gonna say, I need you to say wood so that you can open,
Hey,
or else I'm
you
going
guys
to
haven't
lick
even
you.
asked my name yet.
I'm
This
going
is a
to
very
lick
rough
you.
start here.
I'm going to lick the doorknob. I'm going to
How are we
lick
gonna
you.
like that?
Go ahead and attempt to lick the door.
Why are we seducing the door? Why are we seducing the door?
I don't know if a 1 means he really likes it. or doesn't like
Ooh,
it at all.
this is all sorts of tingly. Thank you.
I'm gonna
for
cast
giving
Reduce
this-
Flame. I'm going to hold the flame in my hand, and I'm going to grab the doorknob.
You do so. Oh, I didn't realize you. You feel the door vibrate, but that's about it.
I just
Why does fire not? Why do you like the feeling of fire? Nobody likes the feeling
It
of
feels
fire.
good.
I'm
It's
just
nice
gonna
to
say,
be
Dor,
caressed
what
again.
is your name?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I'm Doris. It's a pleasure.
You
Wait,
said the door had an eye.
wait. Can
it
I
has
ask
two
the
eyes.
door a question?
Sure.
What are you made out of?
Well, I'm made out of very fine oak. Can you see that I'm
What is
just
oak?
very
What is
good?
What
oak
is
a type
oak
of-
made out of?
No. I haven't said the full word yet. Otherwise, I'm still not a rep. You see that she pauses for a moment. Oh, poo. And the door falls back into the room.
Great, I'm never touching a door ever again.
Me
I
neither.
win!
All right, inside you see 4 vials of a potion, of an aged potion by the looks of it, but they're like flickering on and off with very luminous red light.
4 vials.
Yep. And you found these as well.
Yippee!
Yippee.
What do they say?
All good. And it looks like they go together. So I think I'm
Use-
gonna smack them together.
There's a little spark.
So
right,
all good
so-
goes together.
I'll put them in my satchel.
So you see that these vials are... Actually, could you guys roll Arcana real quick?
All of us?
Yes, all of you.
Whoa.
That's
11 plus
5.
14.
And another nat 20.
How is Big Guy so smart?
21.
Oh, beautiful. All right,
It's
so...
only on intelligence checks too. A 6.
Well, you've been
Bugoi
selling
just
yourself short.
remembers when he was picked up by the royal guard at one point. They gave him like this very old potion of healing, and you know that this is what happens when potion of healing gets very aged and kind of gets all wonky with its magic. So you know that it'll heal you, but you know that it'll be a random amount.
The heal potion went bad. I saw it with my dad one time.
All right,
I think
so
he's a
By,
duke.
by the way,
I can-
Arson's gonna turn to Bliss and say, "Hey, we still have like the word down free, right?"
Yes, I pull up the coin.
I grab down, and I say, "All right, give me pay." I'm going to try and putting down pay together because we haven't tried like using words that have already been used together.
down pay doesn't do anything.
Okay.
That's a really good point.
But I will just say that for those potions of aged healing, you heal for 1d6 d4. So you roll a d6 and then you heal that many d4.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Should we use them? Or just...
You can keep
Take
them
them.
around,
How
but
many? How many are there? Did you say?
4.
4 of them.
And wait, how much do we heal, you said?
1d6 d4.
You'll drink one.
All right, go ahead and roll a d6.
2.
Then roll 2d4.
4. And 4. 8.
All right, so you heal 8 HP.
I'm gonna take mine too.
All right, go ahead and roll a
Down.
d6.
I'm gonna hold on to mine.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna hold on.
Go for it.
We've got
Just be
that
sure to write it
scroll
down.
too. Oh, that kind of...
I do have to write that down.
So then roll 4d6.
Oh, okay.
Or 44, I should say, excuse me.
4d4.
So
1,
1 below max.
5,
Yeah, there you go.
Obtained.
9.
Yeah, we're heal up for 9 HP.
Okay. So we have 2 more vials left and
Yep.
good scroll.
Alright. And Arson, could you roll perception for me real quick?
I can try this. That is a 7 total.
Alright,
Look at me
you
go.
see that from where Doris fell, there's a note.
Rip.
Grab.
Or like a note inscribed into the wall that
Okay, read
says,
it.
when these chain links are finished, put them here.
Hey, they say to put the chain links there.
Is there like a place to like slap them in
You see that there are 2 little placards.
with coin spots?
Yep.
Like the state quarters?
One of them has 8, one of them has 6, and they look about the size of the state quarters.
I'm just gonna start slotting them in.
Alright. Are they linked up or just like in a random order or
Linked up. So okay, I'll do miracle cure in one first.
Alright, are you doing it in the 8 or the 6?
Can I do an investigation check and see if I get a nat 20?
You seem to see that the E in the miracle coin matches up with a mistaken groove on the one with 8.
Okay, I'll
Or
Put
the
it
one
in
with
8.
6, excuse me. I misspoke.
oh, then I
Yep.
put it in 6.
It light you put the 2 together and it lights up. Just ever so slightly around the 2 coins. A faint blue light.
Okay, do I need to roll an investigation check for all of them, or can that nat 20 mean that I can see?
You see that you still need to link them together, You see that it seems like you need to hook things up from the bottom and the top. So like Miracle Cure, Cure Blank.
Okay. I explained that to everyone.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm great at puzzles. I'm so smart. That's why I dropped out of school.
Well, big guy is on a roll, so.
Yeah, he really is. I love that for him. You know, honestly,
Might
I'll...
go to college.
Okay, what
Might
would
go
go
to
on the
college.
Miracle Cure?
Then cure.
Wait, what else is in this room?
Nothing else.
Oh, cure all. It could be cure all.
Oh, all. Okay, I put all in.
All fuses together with Cure.
Then all with something. All good. Do we? Yeah, we have good. All good.
Yep, all fuses with Good.
Then good. Good pay.
You try that, but it doesn't do anything.
How many slots are there in this?
In the one that you're working on, it is 6.
But
Okay.
So
good
currently you need 2 more.
Yeah, good punch, good word.
Good hunch.
Nothing happens.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look around the room and see if there's anything else like we're missing.
Good neighbor.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay.
I'm gonna put neighbor in.
Neighbor fuses in and
That's
the
a
light goes
natural.
on.
Actually, what is
Oh.
that? Oh, that's a 7. Okay.
Oh, that's a 7. I was about to say.
Mm-mm.
You don't seem to find
Okay,
anything
hang on. How many
relevant.
do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
This
6,
is it, when I
7,
slot
8,
hood
9,
in
10, 11,
under
12,
that.
13.
Yep. And that one
we're
sinks
missing
in,
one.
and it closes.
We're missing one.
You
Is
have
that-
Good neighbor,
Miracle Cure all good neighborhood.
and
Okay.
those 6 all vanish into the wall.
We need
Oh.
we need one more piece of paper.
And you
'cause we
see a
need 8
glowing
total.
light. Oh,
We need
did I,
8 total, and we only have 7.
did I just like
We'll just
not
look
hand
at
that out? I thought I did.
Are we supposed to have it?
You should. I thought I had them all. Did I just like lose one?
We've only got
Wait.
7.
Wait,
Oh
where'd you-
no!
We've got.
How did this
we've got,
happen? I thought I had them all in the
scale,
same
pay,
area.
Beat, up, back, punch, down. We're missing one.
Okay.
Oh dear. Wait. I can't count. It is supposed to be 7?
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I just can't count today.
It's fine.
That's okay.
Listen,
Well,
today.
that's better than having lost it.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe
Sorry.
I lost
Nope,
it.
no, you're good.
Okay,
I
okay.
just
Okay,
can't count.
so can we roll an investigation or something to figure out which one like is the start of the link?
Sure. Go ahead, roll investigation, everyone.
Now 20.
16.
You see that in the word hunch, there seems to be wear and tear from the top, and it looks flat on the top end.
So hunch
I
is the
thought
second.
hunch.
Yep.
in.
15.
It starts to glow.
Punch. Back.
Yep.
Down.
Nope.
Okay.
Back.
Punch.
Beat.
Okay.
You know that beat
Back
is...
up.
I'm sorry. Hold on. What?
Back up.
No.
Back pay.
There you go.
Scale.
Down.
Down.
Scale down.
Beat.
Yep.
Up.
You see it sink in, and as it does, the walls part like Moses in the Red Sea, and you see stairs like leading to a new area.
I can't believe Moses is canon to this universe.
I'm using that as a descriptor, not that he's canon.
Well,
okay.
It's just like the tales that my.
What? Didn't you know about
people-
Firbolg Moses? He was a very weird creature.
It's just like the tales in the Fire Genasi, where the Fire Genasi Moses
I-
parted the Red Sea of fire.
I couldn't think of a better thing to say while also keeping it PG-13.
I say we go up the stairs, but before we do that,
Mhm.
is Doris still laying on the ground?
Doris is laying on the ground,
I
dead.
have blow her a kiss.
She doesn't feel it because she is dead.
I light her on fire.
You attempt to light the door on fire. The fire dissipates before putting itself out.
Big
I
walks
kick
up.
the door for a little bit to vent my frustration. Then I
You
leave.
kick the door. Nothing else happens.
Big walks over right afterwards and pats it on the pats the door on the head. Oh, thank you, door. And then he leaves. I'm just gonna walk
R.I.P.
out like a normal or a normal Yuan-Ti. I'm
Well, I
slither
was
out.
against
gonna
all this
slither
door
out.
business until I realized you could romance them. Yeah, alright, I follow him.
How is it that Doris always makes for the best comedy?
Well, you did give it a face.
I'm glad.
Okay,
Anyways,
stairs time.
you see a pretty similar sight, except this time, instead of it being like very dark, very blue, very melodramatic, I guess would be the best word for it, you see strings upon strings of candlelight, warm fire just burning through. You see a very large locked door along the front of you, and you see 4 more rooms or well, 2 rooms on each side.
All right, pick a room. Let's go.
The right is always right.
All right.
Okay, that one.
He's right.
If you could replace the mat there with the one underneath it, it would be greatly appreciated. And now I have to try and find where I put the boys. Alright. You see as you enter that as you are making your way in, you see an inscription that reads Liar's Room.
Where should we put our?
Put yourself right in the middle. Pretend that that doorway is just where you came from. Of course, I didn't actually take the time to write this down because I am a very well
Why do you have
prepped
Wanda
GM.
Side still on there?
Why is
Oh,
Wanda
why is
Side
Wanda
still
Side still on
She's
there?
been with us the whole time.
She's just supporting you in spirit.
She's also been on Beeg's back.
She's also been on Beeg's back.
Beeg's just
Even though
been-
she was just absorbed
Swept
into
away.
nothingness, she is forever supporting you. Where did I put my little cards? Oh dear.
the weight is
Anyways, we'll pretend that I am very prepped. And inside this menagerie, you see 6 paintings on either side of you. All of them wearing elegant clothing, all of them carrying massive weapons. In the middle, you just see, again, emblazoned in very fancy script, Liar's Room.
Liar's Room.
Yes. Like,
Liar, L-I-A-R?
yes, S. Apostrophe, I should say.
Okay. Let's not light anything on fire.
But liar, liar.
Right
hands on
away.
fire. Liar, liar, hands on fire.
Can
supposed to
I
light 'em on fire.
can I
He has a
investigate
point.
these can I look a little closer at each of them?
Sure
Get some more detail.
thing. Give me just 1 second because I am very prepped and I didn't realize that I didn't bring my little fun papers. So, yeah, that is a failing on my part. I apologize. All right. Alright, so first up you see a man in a very elegant yellow suit carrying a rapier. You see that he says, I agree with the woman in red,
Oh my God,
underneath
okay.
the paper.
Oh boy.
Here's this kind of logo. Alright.
I agree with. Okay.
You look at the woman in red and you see that it is the second door on the right. That's the answer. I didn't write it because I'm running out of room.
So the woman in red says the second door on the right.
Second door. Some Isle of Beguile shit. You guys ever play Mind Trap? Isle of Beguile, where
I
the
haven't
natives
heard that
tell
one.
the truth and the visitors always lie.
I was thinking Labyrinth.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
Right.
probably a more accurate.
Big guy goes over to the man in green and he sees the woman in white speaks the truth.
He- Immediately, he'll stomp over to the woman in white, probably, or whoever is also out there.
Okay. The woman in white speaks the truth.
So that's green that says that, right?
Yes.
Green says one on white speak truth?
Mhm.
Alright.
Mhm.
Right.
Alright. You see that the woman in white says the first door on the right is the answer.
White says first door on the right.
He'll like walk up. He'll walk up to you and he'll go. Let's do that door.
Which door?
Door on right.
Which one there too?
That one. The one on the right.
Are these all in one plane, or are they on
And
either
so
side of
There,
us?
it's like 2 there and 2 on either side.
And you said there were 2 more, right?
Yep, I'm just getting there. The man in pink says the last door on the left. That's the answer.
Pink?
Yep.
Door.
Then remember the left one.
And the woman in blue says, I agree with the man in yellow.
Okay. So
Interesting.
yellow agrees with red, blue agrees with yellow, red says second door on the right is correct. That's the most options.
Oh,
So I think immediately we don't trust the pink man
Yeah, pink's
because
pink's the odd one.
nobody's saying anything about pink. So it doesn't seem like
Actually, this room is called liars, so we can assume that all of them are lying as well.
that's a really good point.
Yeah, I was assuming you take everything as like the opposite. That's what they did in Labyrinth, at least.
true.
Don't trust red.
Okay, so yellow, I
Second
agree with
on
the
right
woman in
is
red.
wrong.
So don't agree with the
And white,
Mm.
green says white speaks truth, so that means green says that white's lying, so that says don't trust white.
B is kind of just going to stand up on his own, and he's going to approach the farthest door on the right.
That was the one that I said for the man in pink, right?
Now, pink was last door on left.
That's where it was.
Yeah.
Right. So you approach the room. You
Uh,
see that it is a furnished bedroom. It doesn't look like anything's too far out of the ordinary.
He enters.
You enter. Do you close the door?
I'm gonna follow him in.
I'm
Right.
not.
I'm not. I wanna figure out this puzzle a little bit more.
He won't necessarily close it. He's just
you want
kind
my
of
help?
like he
Yeah.
just assumes that's the way to go. Like he's just
Right.
kind of like pursuing forward. He will probably neglect to close the door.
Okay,
I just don't want him to get stuck somewhere by himself.
that's fair. You stand in a perfectly vacant bedroom.
Can I try and go back out?
Yep.
Door open?
So
The door was never closed.
Oh, okay.
blue blue agrees with yellow.
Yeah, and okay, so
Or
if
right,
we're-
blue
if-
agrees with yellow.
if we're assuming that they're all lying because the room is called liars, then yellow is lying, and blue agrees with yellow. Okay, so pretty much blue agrees with yellow. That basically says don't trust yellow. Yellow agrees with red, which basically means don't trust red. Red says the second door on the right is correct, which means that the second door on the right is wrong. But if we're not trusting red, including, hang on. Okay, so yellow is lying, so has to trust red. Red. Okay, so blue agrees with yellow, means don't trust yellow. Yellow agrees with red, which means don't trust red. Red says second door on the right is correct. Which, if we're following the rule of all of them are being liars, then that means the second and right is wrong. But if all of them are liars, and that thus means that we don't trust red because two people are agreeing with red, that means second door on the right is correct.
So you can't do more than light stuff on fire. I trust her. Let's do it.
Do you enter the second door on the right?
I will enter the second door on the right.
Alright.
I'll follow because everybody else got in.
Right. Do
I'm
you
gonna
close the
say,
door?
big guy.
Woman in white was lying, and then he goes through, and then he goes through the
Right.
door. that
So
everybody
you are
else is.
all in this door. It's basically the exact same layout. Nothing looks all that different to the room that you were previously in.
I'm going to close the door.
The door closes. There doesn't seem to be any natural light, so
I cast light.
there's light from our dear friend. You see that the bed shifts over and acid sprays out at each and every one of you. If you all could please make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom save.
Oh, I have advantage on wisdom save.
You do.
11.
22.
Oh! Uh-oh!
What happened?
14.
That's a 2.
That's a nat 1.
That is a nat 1.
That's a little more important, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because this specific acid doubles when a nat 1 hits.
Oh.
So that
Oh.
means you take 10 acid damage. Everyone else takes 5 acid damage
Ouchie.
as it sprays out from the room. Nothing else seems to be disturbed. The bed shifts over. The door unlocks.
I don't think it's this room.
Alright, new tactic. Arson's going to light that bed on fire.
The bed is currently on fire.
And
You
she's going to
did
go
earn
into
that.
every room and light all the beds on fire.
The beds are all on fire, at least. But as soon as you leave a room, they extinguish themselves.
Okay, she's gonna light one on fire, and she's going to stay
Yep.
in the room, but with the door open, so if anything happens, she can leave.
Beeg will frustratedly stomp back into the room he was previously in and close the door.
Uh,
That was the
the
first
far
one,
room
right?
on the right,
Yes,
right?
far to the right.
All right. I just want to
That's
make sure
where
that
Which
I
ones
wrote.
have we entered?
We
You
just
entered the
entered
second
part,
door on the right, and you're entering the last door on the right.
which
Okay.
was
The exact same
that
thing
was
happens
6
if you could roll
Okay.
another throw.
So like in real, oh no,
but none of them.
and an 8.
All right. So with that,
So in real time, you guys notice just Beeg like like grumpily walk out of the room over there, and then like see the door slam shut, and then it opens back up,
Yep.
and he's newly drenched in acid.
there's another 6
even
acid
more
damage.
angry.
Okay, so if we look at the doors that are mentioned, second on right is mentioned, first on right is mentioned, last on left is mentioned. So that means that first on left, second on left, and last on right are not. So I think we can rule those.
I know bards are supposed to be smart, but this hurts my head.
If you so desire, you can roll for investigation for a hint.
Yes, please.
That's an 11 for me.
6.
I'll roll.
Yeah, everyone
I
can
need
roll. Go for it.
Oh no,
We'll just
8.
try to
8.
assist, but that's,
So bad.
Okay.
that's a 2.
Yeah, that's rough.
Investigation 13 plus 3 is 16.
You hear from Stabitha for a second. "Ooh, what if one of the liars is lying about being a liar?
What if one of the liars is lying about being?
I'm gonna say, who the hell was that?
Oh yeah, you are in close proximity,
I
aren't
don't think
you?
this has ever been addressed.
Oh,
This
true.
hasn't been.
No. Oh wait. That was Stabitha. That was one of my daggers.
No follow-up
Are
question.
you okay? Are you okay?
What? You heard it too. They speak.
Okay, so your dagger says one of the rooms is lying.
So one of the
not quite.
liars is lying about being a liar. So that means somewhere along our little thread. Which one? So did we listen to Pink yet?
Pink
Uh,
says last door on the left. We have not tried last door on the left.
Okay.
Are we just gonna trial and error?
Why not at this
I mean,
point?
that's the only
We have
one
a lot of healing options, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna go open the last door on the left.
It is open. You see another bed.
I'm not
Exact same
gonna
as
touch
anything else.
the bed. Somebody else.
I mean, it's not the.
I'm going to go and I'm
Well,
going to close the door.
how much hit points do you?
You close the door, and
18.
as you close the door, are you still in the middle room, you two?
Yeah.
You are instantly teleported into the other room, along
Wow.
with Arson and Bliss.
Whoa.
You hear like this hack and slash effect going on from a faraway distance. It sounds gory, it sounds wet,
I
it
do cast
sounds
light, just in case.
no. Oh, the room is still perfectly lit,
Okay.
but the door is still locked. You see that as this is all happening, the bedroll or the blankets roll up and reveal 2 keys.
Gimme.
Yep, perfect.
You take them both.
I'll take one.
All right,
I'll take the other.
sure. You find a black key and a green key.
Okay.
I'll take the black key.
I'll take one.
Do we see anything in this room that might be locked?
Nope.
Can we go back out through the door?
After a small bit of time, as you are processing that, you hear the sound stop and the door opens. Do you go back to the way you came?
Cautiously.
Yeah.
You go. You see where the man in pink was standing. His entire canvas is covered in red. You see the weapons that each of the other paintings were carrying are dipped in red paint. Under each of their little name placards that you read, you see liar with an exclamation mark written in angry, erratic script.
Under the man in pinks too?
Yep.
They all have liar written under.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Hang on. We have a green and a black key.
Oh, is there a green?
Wasn't the door like with 2 locks? Did you say?
It had multiple locks.
Is
what
there
I
a
said.
black painting?
No.
Can we go into the green? Is there a
There is a
There's a-
green guy, but
there's a man in
I was
green.
thinking.
But
You said there were multiple locks. Are they color coded?
you'd have to go back out and check.
Can I?
Wait,
Yeah.
where are their locks?
It's in the main hall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would like to check to see if they're color
And I
coded.
think there are more
Sure.
doors that we can check too, right?
Yeah, we have 3 more doors we can look behind.
All right, so you see in this massive wall, you see under this, you see that they are multicolored.
Is there
locks.
a green one?
Yes, there is.
I put the key in.
All right. Can anyone here read Elvish?
You have comprehend language. don't
I
you?
do have
As a
comprehend
ritual
language. Yes,
spell.
as a ritual spell.
There you go.
Do we want to wait 10 minutes for me to be able to apprehend Elvish?
In game, it'll pass by
Yeah.
quick, you know.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
not like anything will go crazy.
Okay. Everyone hold up. I don't know what the ritual is, but I do it.
You just
You
chant
just-
the
I
Yeah,
sit down on the ground, I close my eyes, and I think
just-
very, very deeply.
You just
Right.
read the Elvish dictionary.
Yep, pretty
Do the
much.
fire and the flames on your automaton.
And I rub my ears a little bit.
You rub your ears, you give a little flick of the nose, and after you're finished, you see that in Elvish, the green lock says closed. And above the black lock is common that says open.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can I say I followed her?
Yeah.
With the black key, I put the black key in.
It is there.
Does it still say close or does it say open?
The black one says open, the green one says closed.
Okay. Do you tell me this?
Yes.
Okay, I take the black key back out then.
The script is still there.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold on to it for now.
Go for it.
And I guess we'll go do some more investigating.
Back into the painting, the liar's room.
If you guys want.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, actually, I suppose
Like-
probably there's nothing else in there, considering you said the Sabbath said only one might be fine.
Yeah,
Might
I
be
think
fine.
you might have exhausted the rooms in there.
Okay.
Like, Beeg would probably do the one like directly across from whichever. I assume they're on like opposite sides of each other.
That works.
Like yeah, just
Yeah.
we'll just kind of pick one.
Alright, you see what looks like a study. You see a very impressive ice sculpture. You see a mirror just kind of like facing the way of the door was. And you see in a little nook to the side, it has 4 books, all blue.
What's the ice sculpture?
Alright, Dweeb, could you describe yourself in a heroic pose?
I'm holding Stabitha and Stebrone over my head like this. I'm kind of flexing a little bit, and I'm just kind of like just puffing out my chest. This is my heroic pose.
That is what the ice sculpture looks like.
Cool.
God, can we burn it?
No, it looks just like me.
Okay. Sorry, I was too focused on the ice sculpture. What else is in this room?
You see a mirror directly across the door, and you see 3 books, 3 blue books on a bookshelf.
I want to take a look at those. I just want to see if they have any writing on the bind.
Nothing
That's
seems
fine.
to be there. It just seems like there's a small gold band on the middle of them, around the middle of the binding of the book.
Can I flip through the books?
You flip through the books, you see that they are blank on each and every page
Mm.
for about 400 pages each.
Wow.
They're the only books on the shelf.
Correct.
What a waste of paper, man.
I'm going to grab one of the books and I'm going to bring it to the mirror.
You bring it over and you bring it to the mirror.
I open it and see if the mirror makes its anything.
Nothing happens.
Okay. It was really out there, but mirror magic and all that.
Beeg
Yeah.
walks up to the statue with one of the books, goes, "Can you read this?" to the statue. He's just holding it, like kind of like beckoning.
You you just see the statue and it's just like staring. You can't really tell which direction it is because ice is very hard to show direction in stairs, but that's about it.
He says, "Take your time."
Huh.
What's the temperature of the room?
It's normal. Nothing
Is the
crazy.
ice sculpture melting?
Roll investigation.
That is a 4.
You don't notice anything that would make it not melt.
I'm stumped.
Beak will try
When
and-
in doubt, break things. I'm gonna punch the mirror.
Go ahead and roll for an attack.
That's a 10.
You punch the mirror. You hear this like sound, but it doesn't seem like anything else has happened.
Okay, good news. This mirror is actually touchable.
Can I glance around and just see if there's anything like off about the room other than the like what's apparent?
Go ahead, roll investigation.
I'm also going to go.
Yeah, go for it. You all can if you'd like. 15? Alright. In
17.
you see on like the inner surrounding of the door, you see mirror room A.
Cool.
And you see that it is pointing to the other room on the that's like neighboring it.
Beak will follow the arrow, and he
Right.
will go to the room that kind of like that seems to be indicated by it.
I will
I'm
follow
following,
the-
yeah.
You see a second room, almost eerily similar to what you had just encountered, except there is a puddle on the floor and a large black stone in its place. And you see that there are 4 books on the bookshelf.
Beak will like point back at the other room, and he'll just kind of like gesture at the party. I think people need to be in both.
I'm still in there. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Then in that case he'll just like walk through and he'll start like examining the.
I'm gonna look at the books again to see
Yeah, the
if
books on the shelf.
anything's written in them.
Nothing appears to be written.
Now
It
that
feels
every-
almost like an exact copy of what you had felt in the previous room.
Even the
Hello.
fourth one?
Even the 4th one.
He'll take one of the books and bring it up to the mirror and see if that's like if there's any effect like on Arson's end.
Nothing happens.
Okay. I'll first of all, has anybody informed me that the second room is like the exact same as the first?
No, not yet.
Okay, then I'm just gonna.
Second room, same as the first.
Okay,
That
cool.
works.
First of all, holding up the book again, see if that happens.
Nothing.
Okay, then I'm gonna try and break the mirror again, but this time with magic.
What are you casting?
Firebolt.
Alright, go ahead, roll an attack.
That is a 23.
You hit, roll for damage.
Okay, that's the wrong dice.
I was about to say.
This dice. That is 6 fire.
Alright, you see that the surrounding burns the mirror, and as does, you hear a crack, and it splinters into a symmetrical cracked, like, almost like tessellation.
Anything happens then on the other side?
Nothing.
I broke the mirror. Anything happen over there?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna try and break it more. I'll try and just like just sort of I guess hang on. This might be a very bad idea. Hang on, let me see.
It could be. It all depends.
I don't know if we should break the mirror.
Describe this room to me again.
Right.
I'm having a hard time conceptualizing.
You see this as a very bare study room. You see that there's a mirror just placed along the opposite way of the door. You see just to the right of you is this like what should be a really grand bookshelf, but there are 3 books on the one, and where you're in there's 4. You see in the previous room there was this big old statue of Dweeb with the daggers, but in the room that you're currently in, where the statue was, is just a puddle with a black stone.
Okay.
Should we
Can
try
I-
and melt
Can I
the?
examine the stone?
You attempt to touch the stone, but it is very hot. You can't touch it without it burning your hands.
I would like to cast lightning lure on the mirror if I can.
On the one that you've previously broken?
Yeah, it does say specifically, you create a lash of lightning energy that strikes at one creature of your choice. Can I just silly cast it on the mirror now?
The mirror is not a creature.
Okay, I was hoping we could roll cool. Okay.
Sorry.
How did we get into the
I'll just
second
tell you
room?
right now.
Has anybody
Oh, you just
informed me that the
exited.
black stone is very
Yeah.
hot?
Or exited and then went around
Hey
and then to
Arson,
the other
there's a
room.
hot stone. Can you touch it?
Hell yeah.
Alright. You attempt to lift the stone, but it feels stuck in place.
Okay. It's stuck.
Can you try and melt the statue, the ice sculpture in this room?
Sure. I cast Produce Flame and I just sort of like hold it up to it.
As you hold it up, you feel this like very powerful gust of wind that just blows it out.
Okay, take 2. Firebolt directly at it.
Alright, you throw the firebolt. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Yeah, hit the thing.
Yeah, go ahead and reroll.
That is a 9.
You do the exact. You attempt to hurl that firebolt. Gone again.
Can I investigate or something to see if,
Sure.
if Bliss gets it? Because Sophie does not.
Sure.
If I make enough fire, it will very clearly get through.
Oh boy.
Do I use a one-time feature for this?
25.
You seem to see that you need to collect things from other rooms in order to make them symmetrical somehow.
Okay.
Okay, so we gotta break the mirror in the other room now, got it?
Well, yeah, okay.
I go do that.
Alright, I assume you.
Same way as I did the first
Yeah.
one. Firebolt?
Yep, go ahead and roll.
Okay. Another 9.
Alright. Yeah, it breaks in the exact same pattern, but mirrored.
I'm going to take one of the books off the 4 bookshelf.
Alright, you take one of the books.
I'm just going to keep it.
Does anybody have any, like, ice magic or something?
So are both the statue and the obsidian like chunk in the same place?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna see if we would need to move the statue because it's ice.
Can I cast Prestidigitation on the statue to warm it up?
You attempt to, but you see. Go ahead and roll invest. Actually, Arcana probably makes more sense.
Okay. Same modifier either way. 12 total.
You see as you are attempting to use prestidigitation, around your hand is like a sigil that you can tell is that it prevents heat from
I'm
hitting
gonna
this.
put my hand through the sigil and see if that breaks it.
You attempt to, but it's like basically perfectly hitting where you're trying to go.
I
Puddle,
hate everything.
big black stone in the middle of the puddle.
Yes.
So how do we
Could you
know
guys
our
roll
statue?
investigation for the statue?
It failed.
Can I try heating up the stone that the statue's on?
It's
11.
not on a stone. It's just like it's just a big old ice sculpture on a wooden floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that you two feel lost and you feel the need to explore another room.
So we go into.
I'm getting all
We
these rooms.
follow the
confused.
arrows.
Oh, there's more. Okay,
Yeah,
there's more rooms.
there are more rooms.
That makes
Okay.
way
I'm
more
just gonna
sense.
follow the
Okay.
arrows.
Alright, so unfortunately there are the 2 rooms there, but there is another room that you have not checked.
Okay.
So you go in
I'll follow them, too.
and you see in here is a very large library. It has like rows upon rows of books. And sitting where a librarian would be sitting is a skeleton. Just kind of hollowly staring at the
Hey,
wall.
I like to imagine I'm still holding one of the books and I just go,
Mhm.
"Can you read this?"
Oh, did you take one of the books too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
so there are currently 2 books in one room and 3 books in another.
Okay.
I'm like, you guys like walk into me holding out my hand to the skeleton with a book, with
Alright.
book in hand, asking it to read it for me.
Well, now, I don't quite think I should be reading nothing of nothing.
Oh,
I don't think you want to be reading much of anything when Xerox is all around here. We better be hurrying this all up.
I can't read. Is it illegal?
It's not necessarily illegal, but anything that you can read would probably turn your brain into spaghetti, dear sir.
I like that.
I don't think you would.
Oh, well, what's this place?
This is the library, a place where a puzzle should be taking place, and if you aren't careful, you can very well lose your lives.
But no reading.
No reading required.
And
Can I just come up?
Okay.
I'm just gonna take the book out of the
Mhm.
pig's hand and quick run back into the room and put it back on the shelf.
You place it there. Go
He's
ahead and
still
roll
holding his hand
investigation
out.
in the room that has 3 books.
you have recommendations for library attractions.
14.
You see that there is a place for a 4th book on the bookshelf.
Okay.
That is
Uh,
like very much
oh.
highlighted on the
okay.
door. Well, very well. I see that you are a fan of those blue books. We have a couple of those blue books around. I don't know what they all have in mind. I can't exactly read because I have no eyeballs.
Oh,
I'm gonna go into the
Sorry.
other room that originally had the 4 books and put my book back. So now
Yep.
they both have.
They
so
both
now
have
it's 4, 3. Oh, wait.
Or they both. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. It originally had 2, now it has 3, and now that you see that you have the 3 in there, it has 4, and you see that where that 4th one, like where that paint is missing on the one with 3, it fits perfectly where the book you placed is now.
Okay. We need one more blue book.
Well, there's
Okay.
like a good 3 of them around here.
Ooh, that's
It's
many.
Someone toss me a blue book.
You might just want to go to the back. I will warn you, Bo, if you touch too many of those blue books, things will go bananas.
Okay,
Quick
so
question. If your reason for being unable to read is that you don't have eyes, then how do you know that the books are blue?
You
Good-
see,
good
I
question.
am only able to see color. I can't read. I never
What
see
does that have to do with a
I
lack
can
of
see
eyes?
color, only color.
I'm just gonna
I
go
only
grab
see
a book.
fun little blobs
'Cause I
of
don't
color.
Okay.
Do I have to like roll for investigation or something?
No. Well, actually, you can investigate the book if you'd like. You find one.
Can I
Oh,
roll
cool.
insight on this
Okay.
skeleton?
I will investigate
Can
the
I roll
book.
insight on the skeleton? Yeah, truthfully, being about to
Sure.
say it.
16
He will
plus
also make the same
3,
time.
which is 19.
Alright,
that's
so
original.
on the inside, you read things you should be insecure about, and as you flip through the pages, they all reflect back to your face.
Oh.
It's a 6 on my insight.
No, he
Things
would see that,
You
he'd be like,
don't know what the
"That's for
skeleton's
the
about.
mirror room."
I
That's
don't
funny.
trust you.
Well, I'm sorry that you can't trust me. I'm just a lonely skeleton. And you hear a little laugh as he spins his head around.
Okay, so I'm
You
gonna
are
go put the
suspicious.
book onto the shelf.
You take the book out of the library.
Yeah.
So as you do, you see that where the space is before the door, a trap falls, and you plummet down a slide.
Whoa. Okay.
Alright. Good
Down
thing
you
we're-
You just hear "we" from south and
Oh,
Sabrona as they're
um,
hurtling down.
Can I cast Featherfall on him?
You can, sure. Just you might need to be quick about it.
Okay, I'm really quick about it.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead and cast it, and as he falls down and down, he lands very cushily on a on a patch of dirt. It's almost like you've been in this room before. You recognize it as the room that you massacred the goblin.
Oh no.
Oh.
Beeg will see that. He'll assume we did it wrong, and then he turns around and he tries to find another blue book.
All right, you find another blue book.
Could I like investigate it to see what it says?
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
So I'm gonna try to make my way back.
Yep,
I'm
you
gonna slither
can
my
probably
way
way through. Yep.
back.
11.
It'll just take you like 2 turns or so.
Does
Okay.
Beak pick up things with his hands or his trunk?
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
You pick up another blue book, and you see a bunch of little kid rhymes. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but just like
Yeah.
you would expect to hear these in like a kindergarten class.
Yeah,
like-
like Jack and Jill, but ye
Yes. Yes, ye old Jack and Jill.
old. He like tries to read the first one, like Jack, and it's too complicated. He puts it back. He goes and tries to find another one.
All right. There's another book that you can try and find. I don't know if any of them are what you're looking for.
Where book?
The last book is probably in the back of the room.
He heads to the back of the room.
All right, you see one more blue book matching the description of all the others that you found.
He'll investigate that one as well.
All right, go ahead and investigate. And
That's a 5.
he pulls the book out without thinking. And as you do, you hear like these massive alarm sounds going off, and you even see the skeleton going, "Ah!" As these sounds are emanating from throughout the room. The library seems to animate, and books start flying off the shelves, almost like bats. And they start to swarm. We're going to roll initiative.
Well, while I'm
He goes, "I got
slithering
it."
back, I'm going to drink my potion.
Go for it.
I got a
Go ahead and
14.
roll 1d6.
1d6,
I got a 14 on my initiative.
12.
Right.
2,
18.
and then 2d4s, right?
Yes.
1.
So we'll just say our dear friend Dweeb is down here.
So
And then I'm sorry, what did you guys roll?
14.
12.
Alright.
18.
This is actually turning out pretty well.
I rolled a 2, a 1, and a 2 for my potion.
Alright, so 2, 102, heal up 4.
Heal 4.
What is it with everything that we need to fight and be incredibly flammable? I'm not complaining, but what?
And I can write names. Alright, so if you guys just pretend that these are books because they're all floaty and
Toss.
Okay. So
And
we're
then
in
one
a
more.
library. So
Yep.
what are we?
just pretend that this big expanse to the right is the library. About every 10 feet is bookshelves.
So like this whole area over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we gotta move these things over here.
Sorry, I would love to reach over, but I have tiny arms.
Okay, and then we're all actually like closer up.
Yep.
To
It's
the
like
library. Except for you, you're like all the way back there.
Yeah. He's just gonna take about 2 turns to get back up.
Where I don't know where I should be.
This
Uh,
area
Kind
over
of
here
in
is
the middle
library,
of the
so you're
room.
You guys
not
got
just-
this fight. You won't need me. Then
Alright.
again, I don't know that they're fighting.
So there's three books coming
Yep.
at us.
3
Okay.
like swarms of books all
Three
flying.
Swarms of books.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first one goes ahead and charges our smallest friend Bliss. If you could please make a strength save.
Also, which one?
The Will-O-Wisp, the blue one.
17.
All right. You are batting against books. You're not taking any damage. They're not getting close enough to you. That is the end of the turn. Go ahead, Bliss, whenever you're ready. Just know that you are surrounded by books that are
Okay.
flying by you.
Okay, 1 second. I gotta figure out what this spell does.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Mirror Image. So 3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear in your space. Until the spell ends, the duplicates move with you and mimic your actions, shifting position so it's impossible to track which image is real. And I can use my action to dismiss them.
Yep.
Each time a creature targets you with an attack during the spell's duration, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates.
Sure.
So now there's 3 of me.
There's 3 of you, all in like this book hurricane
And then
that's just constantly like shifting back and forth.
I guess I can't. Can I do anything? I can't use a weapon, right?
Not quite. That took your action for the spell.
Okay, I don't have any bonus actions I can do.
Nothing yet.
That's it.
Alright, cool. Alright, so now the gargoyle books will go ahead and charge over at Arson.
How much speed do they have?
They have 40.
That's
Cool.
good. Alright.
They are basically in your current space. I'll go ahead and roll. And then roll again because that has advantage because of that. Alright, cool. So does 17 hit?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you see that you are slowly being hoisted upwards by these books. That they're starting to carry you upwards. You're about 15 feet off the ground.
That's fine. Alright. I'm fine with it.
Alright. And also, oh yeah, I should probably roll a damage there too. You take 10 slashing damage.
I am less okay with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, kind of forgot that that was part of the attack. What can I say? It's not usual. Could you roll investigation as well, Arson?
I can try my best.
Yep.
That is a 6 total.
You don't know what's going on. You're just kind of stunned that these books are carrying you, even though they should be very flammable. And speaking of, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Alright. Let's see. So am I in the gargoyle space or is the gargoyle in my space?
The gargoyle is in your space. Well, the books are in your space, I
I
should say.
say there's a gargoyle
No,
now.
Yeah,
that
it's-
was just the representation
yeah.
of things that were flying. That was
Yeah,
as close
yeah.
as I could
Got
find
it.
because, you know, book bats aren't exactly a very common enemy.
So say I cast a spell that has a range of myself in a 30-foot, like starting at myself in a 30-foot line. Would that hit it?
You would have to roll, but it could.
All right. I'm gonna cast Tasha's Caustic Brew then in the line like, because this is the space I'm in, so we do
Yes.
like 5, 10, 15, 20. No, not like that. I guess 5, 10.
Just remember that the same thing is happening to Bliss, so just be careful.
Actually, hang on. There's not a way that I can hit more than one, so I might cast something different.
Sure.
I did take dual spell, didn't I?
Wait, is moving an
I
action?
didn't.
Like,
I
could
did,
I have
I
moved?
did quicken spell.
You could have
though.
moved. That's separate from your action. I'm sorry.
Going to.
Oh, that's okay.
Hang on. I think this might be the best option for this. Yeah. All right. I'll just cast Chaos Bolt because it's got a range of 120 feet
Alright, sure.
on this one over here.
Okay.
That is a.
Also, because you are surrounded by books, they are giving you a disadvantage. I will say that now.
Okay. 15 to hit them.
Alright, 15 hits. Roll for damage.
All right. That's going to be. Mm. 18 force damage.
Alright, you perfectly snipe a book from all the chaos, and you see one book fall down, but the swarm is still thriving, for lack of a better term.
All right, and
And-
that was a quicken spell, so I still have another spell. I
Yep.
still have another
Cool.
action.
Although you notice that as you cast this spell, you're raised up another 5 feet.
Awesome. Okay. Then, for my action, I will produce flame because that counts as a melee spell or a range spell depending on the range I use it
Yep.
at. And I will attempt to slap some of the books off me with fire.
Alright, cool. Go ahead, roll the disadvantage.
Disadvantage. All right. Soft 20.
Soft 20 hits. Go ahead, roll for damage.
All right. That is only 2 fire.
Alright, so you feel yourself like slightly jerked down, but you don't move all that much.
Okay.
But as you cast that other spell, you're slowly raised up another 5 feet. Go ahead and roll perception real quick.
Okay. Nice.
Actually, everyone can roll perception.
Is
That
the
is,
skeleton doing anything?
he's just screaming.
His head spinning?
That's
He's having a
gonna
ball.
be 11 for me.
You notice that you're starting to get really close to this like super big mirror that's above the library,
Hey guys, there's a
Oh.
big mirror above us.
and just like,
fair warning.
what did you
12.
roll?
Should I still roll? Okay.
You're not there yet.
Yeah.
You notice something that that as Arson has been getting closer, the mirror has been starting to glow subtly, almost as if that there might be some trouble afoot.
Whoa, crazy. Big mirrors in
Trouble
the mirror
afoot.
place.
What? Who would have thought?
Okay.
Alright.
We have the big mirrors in the mirror game place. Would be
So with that, it
Mhm.
is another set of books' turn. Alright, so another set of books will move 40 feet and will try to attack Bliss real quick. Alright, so you can go ahead and roll a strength save real quick.
11.
Alright, so it attempts to hit. You can roll the d20 in order to figure out if it hits.
17.
I'm gonna say that it hits a clone, and it attempts
that's
to lift
right.
up a clone before it realizes that it just kind of slips through. Alright,
I forgot I
and
had
with
clones.
that, we see Beeg's turn.
Okay. So, like kind of peeking out from the bookshelves, I see Bliss getting attacked.
Mhm.
I decide it is time to whip out my moonbeam.
Oh.
I am going to send down you guys see a silvery beam of pale light shine down in a 5-foot radius. I'm gonna place it like slightly behind. Would I be able to encapsulate both of them into that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to hit both of them with that. They must make a Constitution saving throw. And I
Alright.
think that's against my spell save DC.
Yep. What's the spell save?
14.
Alright, both of them fail.
Awesome. So they take 2d10 radiant damage.
Go ahead and roll for it.
Awesome. I just rolled percentile. regular aisle.
Alright, and as you cast the spell, you see Arson get hoisted up another 5 feet.
That is 13.
Alright, 13 damage. You see books fall around Bliss. There's still some, but it's not as dense.
How far am I
Thanks,
from
big
the
guy.
ceiling right now?
Go ahead, roll perception.
That's a 9.
You're guessing you're anywhere between 5 and 10 feet.
Great. I'm about to die.
Oh no, really?
Well, considering they're bringing me out to a big mirror,
Oh, okay. That way you're about to die. Yeah.
and also if I fall, I will fall unconscious.
Alright, so that
don't know how to get you back down.
means Dweeb.
Just smack
Oh,
me.
And-
It'll be
oh,
fine.
sure.
Somebody else
Sorry,
will
no,
fall
you're good.
unconscious.
I was just gonna end my turn by running up to where Bliss is,
Yep.
and then casting Shillelagh.
Sure.
And then that was it. So.
Awesome stuff. Dweeb, I'm gonna say that it's been enough time that you have enough movement to burst into the room, but that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah, that works. Although that is your movement for the turn. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Keep in mind, daggers do have a thrown range of 20 feet without advantage and 60 feet without disadvantage, and then 60 feet with advantage.
So am I enraged enough to like throw them at Arson?
I'm
Not like
gonna...
animals.
Well, oh great, you're making me do the Pythagorean theorem.
It
Oh
would,
no!
it would be at disadvantage because it is.
Yeah, it would be at
25 feet away,
disadvantage,
even
yeah.
this at flat
Mhm.
dice.
That would be a disadvantage. You still want to try?
Nah, I
Alright.
won't do it.
What if do you want to try if I give you Bardic Inspiration?
Sure,
Risk it for
sure.
the biscuit.
Risk
I'll risk
it
it.
for the
I'll risk
biscuit.
it.
Once again,
Once again.
We don't
You
want
hear.
Arson to die.
This
the
also
most
means-
beautiful music you have ever heard in your life.
This
I'm
almost
so ready.
between Stabitha and Stabron.
Yeah, it does.
Will I lose one?
can pick it
You don't know if you will yet.
Okay.
Got a really quick. I can't even.
That's
Can-
impressive.
Can I roll for perception to see if I will lose one?
Go ahead, roll perception.
Okay. 8 and shoot. What was my
Bang. Sorry. Family
Um,
habit.
Now you're very inspired.
Yeah, you are very inspired. By how much? Is he-
Oh, what do I roll?
D6.
Okay, so that's a 9.
Right, you can't tell.
1.
Hey, it's a +1. That can change fate. Do you still want to throw? I mean,
yes,
you are.
I'll still
Right,
throw.
go ahead and roll. Who are you throwing?
I'm gonna throw. I'm throwing Stabitha.
All right.
Alright.
Go for it.
Officially the favorite.
Sabroni is officially the favorite.
Come on, Stabitha.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So roll
You gotta roll.
Is
it
this an
twice.
attack?
Yep,
or is
it's an
this...
attack.
And you
Okay.
gotta roll it twice
Yep.
because you have disadvantage.
Or,
You
well,
gotta
you have
roll
to
it
roll
down.
the hit dice first, so
Oh right.
it's kind of how that works.
14.
You gotta roll a second time, give you a disadvantage.
you do have
so gotta pick a
disadvantage.
smaller one.
Yep.
11.
That's 11 plus whatever. You attempt to throw Stabitha, and as you do, she shouts, "Free!" And for a second, but you see that it perfectly is in time with one of the books slapping Stabitha back down. Stabitha hurtles right to your side, but it doesn't seem to have done anything else.
Okay.
You hear a faint, "Ow!"
Okay, so I'll pick Stabitha back up.
Alright, and Arson raises another 5 feet.
So that'll be my turn.
You feel like the brush of the mirror against your skull.
Hey guys, I don't mean to alarm you, but I think I'm about to die.
I don't know how to get you down.
Alright, so it is the Wisp's turn. You can go ahead. We'll go ahead and make another attack on our dear friend Bliss since we're occupying that space. Alright. That was a natural one. So you see as the books are trying to attack you, they accidentally tackle into each other. And that was enough for the books to fall, and the blue wisp is defeated.
Oh.
Just kind of very anticlimactically, but hey, sometimes these
Oh, I
books
like
aren't
the
smart.
image.
Listen,
That's really funny.
just because these books hold knowledge doesn't mean they're smart.
They don't have it.
It's not that. It's not
You
like they
just
have
really don't.
brains, right?
Not really, at least as far as you're aware. Alright, and with that, it comes to Bliss. You are still lightly surrounded by books.
Okay, I'm lightly surrounded by books.
Yes.
Arson is floating ever so slowly up into this giant mirror.
You can roll investigation if you like as a free action.
I would like to do that. 16.
It seems you need to be able to knock out an individual book in order for her to lower. Because there are many books hoisting her up at once. Sort of like she's being carried by many little arms.
Can I roll investigation again and see if I know what book that is? Is
Oh.
it obvious?
You can try and roll. Sure.
23.
It seems like there are multiple that are kind of like attached to her back as wings pulling her up. There's like 3 of them.
Okay.
Or not like, there is.
Then I'm gonna. Oh boy. I guess I'm gonna shoot a blow dart at one of them.
Alright, go ahead, roll for the attack.
How do I know what that is?
It's just a regular attack roll.
So
and
just
then,
a d20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus your proficiency and all that.
16.
Middle number right there.
18.
Alright,
It's a +4.
Oh, okay, 16.
so it's
20.
a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, it hits one of the books. Go ahead, roll for damage.
Roll
See
a
if you can do
d6.
enough.
5.
Alright, 5 damage. You see like a little bit of paper singe around Arson, but it doesn't look like the books are stopping anytime soon. You see Arson get hoisted up. There's a pause for a second as she is encompassed by the mirror.
Yippee, I'm dead. Let's go.
Not quite. After a pause of like 5 seconds, you are lightly set down back onto the ground. And if you could pass this note on over. Alright. So with that, all the books drop. And
Okay,
all that
back
loud
down.
sound. Go ahead, roll 1d10.
That's a 3.
Get 7 HP back.
Pick the thing cool.
You see all the other sound stops except for the skeleton just keeps screaming. Just and you
Can I
see
punch the skeleton.
Oh.
you punch the skeleton. I'm not gonna even make you roll for it. You hear like this sound of like bowling pins crashing together, but he's still screaming.
Okay.
I'm having too much fun. That's all he manages to say. All right, and with that, you see in his scattered ribcage skeleton, you find 2 more keys:
What color?
a red and a blue.
Combat's over then?
Combat is over.
Awesome.
Let's scamper back to the room with the locks.
Yep, you go back to the room with the lock. The red door Ember recognizes as Inferno, or the hodgepodge language of fire, and you see that it says open. And in the blue, can someone read? You actually recognize as Thieves' Cant, which is rogue, and it says closed.
Blue
Okay.
closed.
So
Yep.
blue says closed.
And red was the one?
Red says open.
And black was open and green was closed.
Correct.
Could I investigate arson just to see if they're just to see if they're like damaged at all? Like making sure that
Sure.
anybody needs heals.
Go for it.
I mean,
Go ahead,
I
roll
might-
investigation.
I
I
might-
have
I
healing
have
word
so many
too.
paper cuts right now.
I may or may not need heals.
13.
At 15
Alright.
of
13. You can just say what you're feeling right
15
now.
health out of 28.
So damaged enough, but
I
like,
still have my potion too.
yeah, that is true.
I don't
Right.
have my potion.
I'll drink my potion actually.
Nor do
Alright,
I
go
have
for it.
magic.
Roll
to heal
1d6,
I'll cast
5.
then
So I get
roll
5.
5d4.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
I will
Oh.
violently grip you with both hands on the shoulders, and then cast Cure Wounds, like lifting you up slightly and like
I
shaking
love this.
a slight,
Yay.
a slight like quake of the arms.
Go ahead and
Oh,
roll
we
for
got
it.
max.
Yeah.
28 out of 28. Let's go.
That is the fun thing about these stale potions of healing. They
Cool.
can do really good amounts, they can do really terrible amounts.
You got me the exact one I needed actually.
There you go.
Cure Wounds is a D8, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's plus wisdom.
Mhm.
Wow, that sucks. That's 6.
I mean, good enough. Also, I should also say, Bliss, As you see the books fall, you see one opens and it was hollow at one point, and you see this very warm black stone.
Oh, that's right. Mirror rooms. Okay, I take it.
It feels hot to the touch, and
Oh, I
you're
don't take it.
very...
I drop it.
Right, cool. Yep.
I take it.
Let's bring it back to the
Oh,
ice.
no.
Arson grabs it.
6?
You guys can roll investigation real
Okay.
quick as you go back to the sculpture, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, go ahead, roll investigation with advantage.
Mirror
Both of you.
with advantage.
Yep.
17.
You notice a small area within where Dweeb's heart would be for a round hole the size of that stone.
Let's slide it
13.
in there.
Yep.
You hear this hissing sound. It shakes for a moment before just collapsing into water.
Are we mirrored now? 3 books, 3 books. No, 4 books, 4 books.
You haven't put the book back yet.
I put the book back.
There you go. Alright, the room is mirrored. Nothing happens yet.
What are we missing?
Are you still in the room?
Oh yeah, there are people in the room. That on the mirrors. I'll go to the
Yeah,
other room.
leave
So
the
there's
room.
one in the room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 2 minutes.
There's 2 people in each room. Nothing happens.
Okay, everybody
Let's
out.
leave.
Everyone leaves?
Yes.
The rooms-
was already outside. He was just holding the blue book that he was still holding. Wait, I got it.
The Jack and Jill one.
You see you hear a wall crumbling, and you see that the wall that separated these 2 rooms has lowered. You find a silver key. You grab the silver key. Alright.
They said I was.
Can anyone read Dwarvish?
I cannot.
I can comprehend languages if we
Yep.
wait another
You're good.
10. Okay.
Well, aren't you a dwarf?
I'm a gnome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Excuse you.
The assumption?
my bad.
You've
my
been with me
bad.
this whole. Do I look like a dwarf? Nothing against dwarves.
20 dwarves in the audience. We're sorry.
To any possible dwarves in the audience.
Oh, if I cast this as a ritual, it's not a spell slot. though.
Correct.
Okay.
20 dwarves in the audience. We apologize on the behalf of our less than knowledgeable folk.
And to any gnomes in the
You
audience. We're
see-
also sorry.
Also to any gnomes. Alright, so you see that the silver lock says closed.
Okay.
Okay. Open all the ones that say open. And leave the keys out of the ones that say closed for now. And see if that.
You see as you turn the locks, they go from open to closed.
Okay, so just
So
turn
open
all of them
all
and
of
make
them,
them all
yeah.
open.
Alright, you click them all to go open. Do you pull the door? You open the door. And with that, you see one extra staircase.
Up.
We're going
Up on up! Alright, and in the middle of this new room, it's just the one. You see Wanda standing there.
I don't know why, but I'm excited to see her.
Hi, Wanda.
You
Alright,
said
you guys
fight
can roll
me.
perception if you'd like.
Wow.
14 for me.
Alright.
17.
19.
7.
Alright. Dum dum. Everyone else sees Wanda being like very rattled. She's seen things. She looks so afraid out of her mind as the world is just like. It looks like even a simple leaf would scare the ever living daylights out of her.
B goes, come on, it wasn't that bad. We were fine.
You okay over there? You need a breather?
You don't understand.
So no hard feelings, right?
I wish I could say that. I'm sorry. I'm here to beat you. That this life isn't going to work out the way you think it will. Xerox has chosen me, and I cannot ignore it. And it seems like he might have chosen one of you. So, whether you like it or not, you'll be joining us. Forever stuck.
He points at himself. And... Me?
I mean, well, considering I was the statue in the room, I was the ice sculpture. I'm assuming it might be me.
Who will we
Not
fight?
quite.
Really?
Alright, so
Can I cast Vicious Mockery at her?
I want to do one small reveal first, if that's okay. Arson.
Hello, that's me.
The one that had been entrapped in the mirror for a quick second. You realize that you're hearing this call to listen, this offer you can't refuse.
Hey, y'all hearing this?
No.
You'll listen to what I say, because what I say is absolute. You will fight. You will fight them, and you will become the victor.
I literally ran away from this. Alright, whatever.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate kind of side consequence. Alright, roll initiative. If you could just, oh dear, place our dear friend Wanda Sides back in there. Oh dear,
19.
our time is up. Unfortunately, before anything else
Yeah.
happens,
Oh, cliffhanger!
I won't make it a cliffhanger. I'll make it worse. Alright, you hear this booming voice echo from the room. You took too long. And as you do, you feel this grasping at your minds. As much as you try and fight, as much as you try and do anything, you feel your minds go pitch black. And when you do, you realize that you are no longer yourselves. You are but puppets for this dark leader to do whatever he says, to fight against all of the world until everyone is like you.
And just as I was getting smart,
Is that why he's named after a copy machine?
Yes, it is exactly why. And with that, that's where we have to end the session. Unfortunately, I am terrible at timing conflict on more ways than one.
Not at all.
So I hope you have all enjoyed our wonderful session. Unfortunately, we have received the bad ending.
Frowny face.
But hey,
It's all
Could be a
because
heck of a lot
everybody
worse.
likes to
Now
get
we
in the
can do
mirror.
it.
That's all.
You
that's
can
the
do it.
entire
we
lie.
just have to perfect our run.
thank you.
Take two. Take two. Speed run.
Let's go.
All right.
Take two. We got speed run this.
Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our fun time. It was a pleasure to share this little story with you, even if it didn't exactly end the way our heroes would have wanted.
And join us tomorrow for Among Us.
That is true.
Among Us will follow.
Join us.
Arson was the imposter all along.
Join us.